Streaming has begun.
Yay! Hello, Internet.
Hey, Internet.
Ahoy. All of our thirds are lowered.
No.
Nah.
No?
No.
You
Nah.
didn't bother?
He's just going to do the main cam.
I did.
Main cam it.
But we went through all that trouble to...
Yeah, we know.
He was going to make lower thirds, and he did not. So
Okay.
fuck him.
So you're not going to...
Yeah, Harlow's not here
I
to
made a
defend
proper
himself.
lower third for the episode. I got the poster art, and I made him a ghost
Yeah,
buddy.
That's all we really need.
He will be a ghost buddy in the 4-shot.
This is a good letterbox review of tonight's movie.
Yeah?
I was high when I watched this movie. No rating.
That's, yeah.
I think that person felt like it was fair to not rate the movie.
Yeah, that's a good excuse.
Because you never know what type of weed they had. Or even if it was weed, it could have been something else.
Yeah, could have been some bad weed.
They could have been really high.
Live stream now.
Like drinking Monster Energy high.
That's uncomfortably high.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Twitter.
Makes your chest hurt.
Live stream is working.
Man, that movie ended, and I'm just like worn out. I'm tired.
That movie did, in fact, end.
It did.
I can confirm.
I'm also working on 3 hours of sleep. So
Yeesh.
That's a good amount.
yeah, it's fun when you just wake up at like in the middle of the night and you're like, oh man, I need to get back to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at the clock and it's 2:45, and you're like, fuck, I'm done. Like this is not good. And yeah, then I start thinking about work. And then I start thinking about running away and joining the circus. But there's no circi anymore.
There are circuses.
Yeah, but they abuse animals and shit, so I don't
Not
want to
all
be
of
a
them.
part of them. No, they all do.
There's I went to a small circus recently called the Venardo Circus, and there are no animals in that circus. You can join that one,
Is it just acrobats?
pretty much.
So it's Cirque du Soleil,
No.
but not as fruity.
No, it's more like a traditional circus.
Oh. So trapeze.
Sort of.
I would join a Circus Voltaire.
Yes.
I only got to play that once. That was the first machine I played,
I only got to play it once, too.
and I never got to play it again. My dad did not like it.
Oh, no, I didn't get to play it at all. We tried to play it Sunday, and the ball was missing. I think it was you and me.
Yeah,
We walked away from it.
that was the first one I played.
Yep.
And I told my dad, I'm like, this one's a classic.
Yeah.
I want to check this out. And he's like,
Yeah,
it's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't tell
Well-
what's going on.
Well, we kept getting the head, like, we kept getting the head to pop up, but then we just could not hit it. Like,
Ah.
it's one of those, the most annoying thing, because it's like you finally do everything you need to do to get the head to come out of the machine and pop up and, like, do its, bounce around thing, and then we just couldn't fucking hit it.
Yeah. I never have any idea, like, how to score points in that game.
It is very complex.
Yeah. There's a lot going on. No, it's laid out like a madman circus.
Yeah. But then we do theater magic, and you just know exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
I didn't play that one. Somehow I never ended up playing theater magic the whole night.
Busted.
Yeah, it was probably broken the entire time.
Multi-ball consisted of one ball.
Aw.
If you actually got it to activate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got the jackpot on Taxi, but I had to fake it. With the skill shot, you get a passenger. That was the only way to get pinball.
Oh, yeah.
So that was how I got it. My dad was pretty pumped to see that happen, though. He had a really good time.
Good.
I was very glad.
He seemed like he was having
I mean,
a good time.
I regret that I didn't get to hang out with you guys as much as I wanted to, but,
Dude,
like,
totally get it.
yeah, but, like, he made me enjoy machines that I just normally don't like.
That's cool.
Because he was having so much fun. He's like, let's play that one again. And I'm like, all right.
All right.
Yeah. I'm
Oh,
like,
let's play that one again
yeah.
for Johnny
And I just
Football.
love his running commentary as he plays. It's
Yeah.
so good.
I enjoyed that he was like commentating on my play when I was
Oh, yeah.
when I was playing with you guys.
Yeah. He was very impressed with your Star Wars Episode 1 abilities.
I played a lot of that. Too.
I know, but he's like, BJ's really good. Like he's like really good at pinball. I'm like, no, he's just played that one a lot. Trust
Yeah.
me. He's not that good.
No, he's really
And that one, there was one small advantage to that particular table, and that was that that right bumper was dead. So a lot of the time on that table, it'll bounce between the bumpers and then pop
Fuck
out into
yeah.
the out lane or something. Yeah. So it not doing that was kind of advantageous, and I'd played that machine a couple times already, so I kind of had a feel for it.
Yeah.
I like those Williams System 2000 tables.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody else does, but I do.
Yeah. I don't like the video screen stuff. I think it limits like your actual shots and movement around the table. That's why I don't enjoy it. But
A little bit. I mean, it does sort of guarantee that, or at least the Williams System 2000 guarantees that every game you play is going to be samey, but there are only 2 of them, so
yeah,
you know.
it was probably for the best.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I think the seed has been planted for my dad to get a real machine.
Oh yeah.
It
You
kind of
should-
felt like it. Probably. Well, he has the one that he got from like my cousin when she passed away, but it's like it's a miniature machine. Like I didn't realize it until because he's like, yeah, we got our pinball machine. Like this was like 5 years ago, and I got up there and I'm like, this thing's like half the size. Like it's the right height,
My uncle had one of those.
but it's like it's only like a couple feet wide
Yeah.
and it's not deep at all. And and all the bumpers are all the rubbers are just dead.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you can get a rubber replacement kit pretty easily.
Yeah, but it's not a normal size. Like everything is smaller, so I'd have to look up exactly what type of thing it is. But
At least it's not one of those like little Star Wars plastic ones.
yeah,
But that Riverboat Gambler was available for, what did they want, $2,300 for it?
it went down to 22 on Sunday,
Oh man.
or best offer.
We should have offered them.
what was the one that was 1,800? That
Oh.
wasn't too bad.
Shit, Space Shuttle was on sale. Like it sold within the first 2 hours of the show.
I never
Yeah.
got to play
And
it.
I think they were selling that for somewhere around there, like 1,800.
There was one of the good ones right there near Riverboat Gambler that was 1,800. I can't remember which one it was.
Yeah,
Randy was selling his Dodge Viper.
yeah,
That
but
table's
That
Okay.
table is garbage.
I would have.
Unless you like Man Cow. He's fucking all over that table.
Is he?
Yeah.
I would have bought that Indiana Jones machine.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't like that one when I played it. I didn't feel like it played
It's
very
good.
well. Oh, okay.
Pretty good.
I liked it a lot. But anyway, that's no quarters talk, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
We should probably
This is
start
some
talking
bonus
about
talk
Buddy
for,
since it's 10 o'clock
Yeah,
already.
we should.
Because I fucked everybody by being fucked by my workplace.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That
Yeah.
doesn't really mean
Sorry.
that you
Yeah.
fucked us.
I did.
Maybe that means that Kyle will get to join us.
Maybe. Yeah. It also means I'll have to get up at like 6 in the morning to finish everything that I
Oh my
left.
God.
Yeah. At least I can do it from home, but still. So,
Spooky buddies.
Should we-
spooky
Should we buddies it up?
buddies. We should.
Okay.
We really should.
Okay.
My
I should probably get a plot.
guitar is
summary.
being a little bit janky.
But I would have bought one of those Repro Monster Bashes if I had
Yeah.
money.
It's only $7,000.
Yeah.
That's why you work, right?
Yeah, I heard that phrase a lot.
Did you get conned into buying anything in the toy room?
I was going to buy
I was so close to getting him to spend money.
I was almost going to buy a Wheeljack, but the guy kept jacking up his prices.
Really?
Like I didn't like that guy.
The Transformers guys were assholes.
were they
the
in the
other one
second
was
room
not.
or were they in the main room?
The main room.
Okay.
Like when you first walked
Yeah.
in, there was that one bald dude, and he was just scuzzy. I didn't like him. And then
on the
but-
right?
yeah,
It's the table.
like literally as you
walk
first
in.
walked in.
Oh, okay, yeah, the
Yeah.
really big.
And he kept
yeah.
changing his prices around, and I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "You motherfucker, you shut up." And then, but I liked the other guy around the way. He was just like, he started high, and he's just like, "Yeah, I mean, they're in good condition."
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was kind of like, he's like, maybe I can go down like $10. He was reasonable.
Okay.
The other guy was just like, make me an offer. How much you think it's worth? Why don't you all make me an offer? And we're like, dude, put your fucking prices on things, and we'll
Yeah,
go
that's,
from there.
That's not cool.
Because I'm like $55, and he's like, no, man, I'm looking for 130.
like,
And I'm
we'll
like,
start with- say
fuck
that.
you. You wanted $100 yesterday, because I talked to you yesterday, and that's what you said. So, fuck off. I had $150.
I know.
Cash.
I know. That's why I kept taking you in there.
I know, but
That's
I
why
didn't,
we were.
I didn't spend a cent of it.
I made Harlow buy stuff. It was sweet.
What did you make him buy?
Batgirl.
Oh, yeah, that's
Bought
that's
that,
good.
You bought that statue.
I'm surprised
We made you buy Alf.
Huh?
We made
Yeah.
you buy Alf.
That guy made me buy Alf. He was like, "Hey, for $4, I'll give you all these Alfs."
It was only $4 for all the Alfs.
It was in addition to the Gizmo that I bought. He was like, "Hey, you like
The
Alf?"
Gizmo was $10, and
Yeah.
the Alves were $2
I had all
a piece.
those.
Yeah.
I had all those Alfs and the records.
Yeah.
I don't know where they are at my parents' place now, but I had them. I had all 4.
I was fearful that I would show them to my dog, and my dog would be like, "Holy shit, a toy!"
Yeah.
We showed them to my dog, and my dog went, "Nope,"
Ran away.
ran away.
Probably because it smelled like that weird
Well, that's
old man.
because he knows that Alf eats cats.
Yes, right. That is why
And he said, "I'm a dog.
my dog said, "No, thank
You
you."
might eat me."
Pass. Anyway, let's podcast.
Anyway,
We're dreadfully late.
Speaking of dogs,
Yes, speaking of dogs. All right, here we go. Hey, everybody, welcome to the BMFcast.
Hey, BMFcast.
BMFcast.
Episode 458.
Yep.
Yep. The second decade begins here.
It is, yes. I'm Chuck.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ.
And I'm Chuck.
Wait,
Yeah.
Harlow's not here. So,
he's
We're
off on a
always off.
farm.
right. We sent him to a farm so he could roam free. But let's talk about what we do on this podcast.
Okay.
For the new listeners who've come in on decade
Yeah,
2.
they said, "Hey, they're 10 years in. May as well start here."
Season
now's
2.
the time to start. What we do each and every week on this podcast is we watch a quote-unquote bad movie.
Yes,
And then we come in here and we talk about it for the first half of the show.
that's accurate.
And if it's a good bad movie, an enjoyable bad movie, we give it 1 to 5 jocks, as in robot jocks.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It's the greatest.
That's right. But if we don't like it, if it's a bad movie, we want to tell you, hey, don't watch this movie. Stay away from
Stay
this
away.
movie. It's garbage. It gets 1 to 5 bags, as in garbage.
Bags.
Yes, boo.
Yeah.
Boo
Right.
those movies.
Yes. So, like we said, Harlow's not here. And if there's one thing Harlow hates, it's buddies movies.
I still don't understand why. I think he's mentioned it, but I
mean,
I'll
I'll
say
say this. There are good and bad buddies movies.
the good buddies movies get 1 to 5 jocks as in robot jocks.
Yes. So
Super Buddies was pretty good.
yeah, and the
I
one
seem to remember Space
Buddies
Buddies being
had,
alright.
had Spudnik, and we enjoyed the hell out of
Yeah,
that.
Sputnik.
I don't really remember.
He was also
Treasure
missing.
Buddies.
He was missing
don't
for
either.
for Sputnik, wasn't he?
Yeah, he wasn't. He was on vacation. That
I think he
week,
got
too.
angry at the Santa one.
Probably. Yes.
Yeah.
He's not a big
Santa Buddies.
Santa buddies. Yeah.
Got him.
But anyway, yeah, we watched 2011's Spooky Buddies.
Spooky Buddies
Spooky Buddies.
Buddies.
for March month.
It was the only opportunity, really. When Harlow leaves, we have to pounce like a buddy.
Yeah.
And so let me just read a quick plot summary, and then we'll talk about some people who are in this movie, and then we'll talk about the movie
Sure.
for the first half. The plot summary is: the puppies go on a spooky adventure through a haunted mansion.
Okay.
Not entirely
Not
accurate.
really accurate, but
This would also anger Harlow because he would be mad that the plot summary is not accurate.
right.
I hope he's watching now. And
Well,
getting mad
we
at
can,
He
it.
is.
Yeah, we could talk about it as we go, how it's not accurate. But there are some BMFcast alums connected to this.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I guess I should look at that list, shouldn't I? I forgot.
I thought maybe somebody had pulled that up.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I gotta go back at the thing and find it.
Right, you
Sorry.
gotta get the thing.
Vocal Fry. There it is. Yes, there are. We have BAMFcast alums. The most decorated being director Robert Vince
Uh-huh.
of MVP2, Most Vertical Primate, Spy Mate, Space Buddies, Santa Buddies, Treasure Buddies, Super Buddies, and Russell Madness.
WrestleMania.
Man, I'm still bummed they couldn't have called it Russellmania.
Yeah,
Yeah, they would have gotten
Because that's
sued
what it
into the
needed
ground.
to be.
that's what
Yeah.
it was.
Diedrich Bader
Mm-hmm.
from Space Buddies.
Mm-hmm.
Tim Conway
Yeah.
from Santa Buddies,
Mm-hmm.
Super Buddies, Treasure Buddies, and Deborah Jo Rupp from Spy Mate and Super Buddies. And as the next note from Chuck just says ... Okay, everyone in this is either new to us or is in a bunch of Robert Vince movies ...
I got tired of looking through all these damn people's IMDb pages.
Wait,
Yeah.
Deborah Jo Rupp is
That 70s
Kitty
show.
from that 70s show?
Yep.
Okay. Who did she play?
She was
Zelda?
Zelda,
Okay.
the
the shaky dog.
psychic.
Yeah. I thought I recognized that voice, but I couldn't quite place it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it also has Harlan Williams, who I could have sworn was a BAMFcast alum or a Buddies alum, but he's not either.
No.
which is really weird.
Yeah.
Don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
But this one starts with a flashback.
Yeah, it starts in the past. Spooky past.
Yes.
With different buddies.
The distant past of 1937.
Yes.
With little beagle buddies.
Yeah.
Beagle bites.
Right. Yeah.
I'll allow it.
And it's disturbing right off the bat.
Yeah, this one goes some weird, dark place. It's like, is this a kid's movie?
It's still rated G.
Yeah.
It is officially rated G. But there's some mildly dark themes in this film, I'll say. Because, Harlan Williams is a wizard.
Warwick, the warlock.
The warlock wizard. And he's a goofy wizard, but he wants to summon the Halloween Hound, who will come forth like Candyman out of a mirror and help
open the portal,
right, and let all the evil out, and evil will run
and
free.
He needs the souls of 5 blood-related puppies.
Yeah,
of which, and all these pups are just like chilling in there. They're like, we want to meet the Halloween Hound.
Yeah,
and I'm like, clearly you children have been lied to.
Yes,
someone has lied to you, puppies.
That warlock has sold you bill of goods. Yeah, and it eats the souls of 4 of them.
Yeah, it turns them to stone.
And
then the 5th one's like, I think I'm reconsidering all this.
No, thank you.
I don't like it. Meanwhile, everyone in the town has I guess like in 1937, when someone steals puppies, you fucking mobilize.
Yeah,
because
they
like
did.
The whole town is like driving as slowly as they can up the driveway.
Yes, and they're ancient trucks, and they're like, "You ever tracked your puppies?"
Yeah.
Well, they're all like actually new, but they're old.
Yes.
Vintage.
Yes.
New old stock.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
And they eventually get there, and they kind of get to the house right when the 5th dog is like, "Oh hell no, I'm not going in the spooky mirror."
Harlan Williams comes downstairs, rides his
he rides his staff.
He's got his
He
Gandalf staff.
Well, he chases the other dogs like hell no and pieces out, and then
the
he's
5th one,
like,
Pip.
I'm going to come get you, and then hops on his staff, which takes twice as long to get going than if he had just run down the hallway.
Yes.
But, he gets downstairs right when the
because the pup is waiting for them to break down the door.
Yeah.
Townspeople come in. He grabs the pup. Joseph, the young boy who owns Pip, is like, hey, I want my puppy back. And 2 guys are like, you're under arrest, warlock man.
Right.
And
for the crime of buggery.
And the crime of buggery. It was a different time in 1937.
Buggery.
But he throws some kind of elixir on 2 of the guys, and they turn into toads.
Yes.
And everyone's kind of unfazed by this.
They're
like,
how
but the
dare you?
dad's like, son, don't get near that.
Yeah. Stay away.
But then the kid is able to get away as he floats back up the stairwell on his magic staff, and is able to interrupt the sequence, like the whatever it is.
The spell.
Basically, the hound is sucking the dog's soul out.
Yes.
The dog has turned to stone. His little spirit starts floating into the air, but then the sun has risen. The spell is over.
The sun has risen.
Yeah. And
but the dog has turned into like a
little Casper thing.
It's
Casper dog.
Straight out of the 1990s Casper movie, except it's a dog.
Yep.
It's a little spermy dog ghost.
Yep. And but he gets trapped
my
there.
new Twitter name.
Yeah. Spermy dog ghost. There you go. Gross.
Spermy dog
Chuck.
ghost.
But the little spermy ghost dog gets stuck between worlds as the wizard gets sucked into the mirror.
Yeah.
Along with the hound, who's like, I cannot complete the spell. And
the sheriff is immediately like, this house is condemned.
yeah.
And the ghost dog's like, hey, what about me? And they're like, don't look at that.
Yeah.
Walk outside, little boy. Do not look at the ghost of your dog. And the dog's like, hey.
Did they leave the frog guys in there?
Yeah, the frog guys they never got restored.
Man.
Fuck those guys.
Oh, I wonder what happened to them. Huh.
They remained frogs.
Dead.
Yeah.
They're dead now.
They are frog skeletons in that house.
They both got named Jeremiah, and then they died.
Yep. But the sheriff is just like, board this house up. And
Yep.
they get like 3 planks to put across the front door. And that's it. Then it's present day. And Jan from the Brady Bunch movies is leading a tour of kids. A spooky tour of the town.
Yeah. And this is when, I realized everyone in this movie is voice
An idiot?
acting.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
They're voice acting while they're acting.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I believe the majority of the kids also voiced the dogs, their respective dogs.
Yeah.
So there's just no difference between the two. They're both performances are exactly the same. Like when the kids are saying dialogue, it could have been coming out of the dogs' mouths, and it wouldn't have been any different.
Yeah, because they do basically split up the entire movie, where the kids have their adventure, the buddies have their parallel adventure. This is less a buddies movie than most of them.
It's more of a kid's adventure than the buddies. The buddies are
Yeah.
kind of just background, just to get into trouble. Like I'll say this, like it's 3/4 of the way through the movie before there's like a roll call of the buddies. Like Mudbud, like the dog who likes to get filthy,
Yeah.
is literally a non-character in this. They mention his name like one time. There is no, hey, that time for that dog to get filthy. It's just,
Yeah.
it's
And
fucking B-Dog and the fat one and the rest.
Yeah. Fucking beat.
You're just expected to know the buddies at this point in the
Yeah.
oeuvre.
Y-
We're
sure.
5 movies in.
Yeah.
This is like complaining about Marvel movies. It's
Yes.
like,
Who's that?
yeah, you have to have watched all the others, or you're just
General what? Who's his name?
yeah.
What?
It's the wrong time to step in.
Mr. America.
But of course they let B-Dog be like the main character. And
Yep.
God.
They do. Because
Fucking hate
the
B-Dog.
B-Dog kid is the main kid.
Yeah. I fucking hate him too.
Yep. They're annoying.
Yeah. I just like I just wish B-Dog would get like canine leukemia or something. I mean, fuck B-Dog.
Dog AIDS.
I am sure
Dates.
that dog is a perfectly nice dog.
Yeah.
That dog has
He means
nothing
he
to
means
do.
the character. The
B-Dog.
character of B-Dog.
Okay. Because that dog has been a different dog in every movie.
Yeah.
Everybody hates B-Dog. It's fine.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
new on the CW.
But we realize that B-Dog speaks exactly like his owner.
Yes.
Skylar Gisondo.
Wait, what?
Was
That's
that
the
saying?
kid's real name. He's actually been in real movies. He's been in the Spider-Mans lately.
What?
Huh. Okay.
Skylar Gisondo. Gisondo? I don't know.
Sure.
Gizmodo.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's like
Whatever.
this freckle-faced... he plays a freckle-faced little shit in everything I've seen him in.
Okay.
He's pretty good at it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I still hate B-Dog. I think he's
It's fine. You can hate B-Dog.
We all hate B-Dog.
Yeah.
No one likes B-Dog. Nobody.
Yeah, but anyway,
Harlow hates him so much he's not here.
this is true. But what they do is they apparently the kids are on a field trip, and Jan from the Brady Bunch is over enunciating everything, telling them about how there's the spooky house, and there's a legend of the haunted hound, and
She takes them to a goddamn pet cemetery.
she does. Yes.
Now, kids, look at all the dead animals.
Yes.
It's not a very good idea to take children to where
And if you bury
they're
them in
dead
this
pets.
one, they come back.
Yeah, and then they just go into town, and she's like, "Okay, kids, you're free."
And meanwhile, the buddies have just been tagging along on this school field trip,
Yeah.
and
Well,
Yeah.
like when they were at the house, the buddies went into that. They stayed behind to go in the house while the field trip moved on. And B-Dog is like, "I'm going in this house
yeah,
because I don't know." Whatever.
He's trying to prove that he's not scared.
right. And he goes in the house, and it's like you have to say "horror hound" in the mirror 3 times.
haunted hound,
Halloween Hound.
Halloween,
Halloween Hound. Yeah.
Halloween
oh
Hound.
sure, Halloween hound.
You have to say Halloween Hound into the mirror 3 times, and if you do, it starts all the evil shit again.
The Halloween Hound comes back.
Yes. So that's exactly what he does. He says it twice, and then the ghost of Pip is like, "Hey, don't say that word again." And he's like, "What? Halloween Hound?" And then
No, he does. He's Pip is super nice to all of them.
sure, yeah,
and
he's
they're
like,
just
"Hey."
like, "It's a ghost!"
yeah,
and but he goes, "Don't say Halloween Hound again.
Yeah.
You can't do that." And he goes, "Oh no, it's the Halloween Hound because I'm B-Dog and I'm a little asshole."
yep,
And this is like repeat this the next like 4 times they see Pip.
yes. Pip's just like,
Ghost
"Hey,
Pip.
hey guys,
Who tries-
I'm here
he's
to
like,
help.
Hey, I don't mean you any harm.
Right.
I'm trying to help you here."
I'm
and
just
they're
a
like,
cute little ghost pup."
and they're just like, "Fuck! Nope! Fuck you! Get
Yeah.
away from me!"
Yeah, yes,
And then proceed to run away and go, "Oh my god! I'm so glad we got away
Mm-hmm.
from the fucking hound."
yep. But yeah, that everybody comes through the mirror.
Yeah,
Warlock comes back through the mirror. Halloween Hound comes out of the mirror.
yeah, because 2 kids have started poking around the house, and they get turned into rats,
They do, yes,
and they're going to be rats for the rest of the movie.
and they're awfully okay with it. Like immediately they're like, "Come on, dude, we got to run."
I kind of wonder about this town. I really like. There's something's up with this town, because like these kids get turned into rats, and they're immediately like, "Fuck, we're rats. I guess this is our existence now."
Yep.
And they're just like immediately like, "All right, time to run away from a cat.
Let's go live in that hole.
Yeah. And I'm watching this like, man, those kids are gonna die horribly.
Yep.
They're gonna get dismembered by this fucking cat.
Gonna get shredded.
Yeah.
And maybe they have parents. I don't know, because everyone seems to have one parent, and they
Or
are the
zero
most,
parents.
or they are the most irresponsible parent, because they just like, man, there's a Halloween party in town tonight. Fuck y'all.
Yeah. I mean, the one kid, at one point, the guy's like, there's someone chasing us, Mom. She's like, it's Halloween.
Yeah.
Don't fucking bother.
There's goblins and ghosts everywhere.
You know what?
We're getting hammered at the town Halloween
On
festival.
spooky juice.
Yeah,
I would drink spooky juice.
you know, the mom's just like, I never should have had you.
Yeah.
I was having so much fun.
Or she's pretty much dismissive of that kid throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
Just like, whatever, kid. Here's your fucking bunny costume, you dumb idiot.
Yeah, yeah. Because the costume he said he wanted to be a hip hopper. I
Hip
believe is
hop
how he
rabbit.
put it.
Or rapper.
Hip hop rapper,
And
but she got him a rabbit costume.
Hip hop rabbit.
And she got B-Dog a matching one, which
Yep.
B-Dog has to wear through the rest of the movie.
Yep. So B-Dog is wearing a goddamn bunny outfit for the whole rest of the movie.
And it's cute as fuck.
It is, but you still hate
kinda is.
B-Dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
You hate
He's
B-Dog the
still
character,
B-Dog.
but the puppy wearing the
Yeah.
the rabbit outfit is really cute.
There was some like last minute, like they got to right before Jan dropped them off and abandoned them in town, said something like, "Hey, B-Dog kid, have you done your homework?" And the kid's like, "Oh no, I have not done my homework, but I will. I will do it on the Legend of the Horror Hound." And she's like, "Oh, that's a good topic."
Halloween Hound.
Whatever. And so this just becomes a kid's doing a couple of various tasks to get information for his report, which is he goes to see the sheriff and is like, "Hey kids, come check out the evidence room of all the crimes that have happened in this town." And I'll show you all the things about this. And that's when he finds the wizard staff that they stole and just kept in lockup this entire time for 70 years or whatever. And the kid's like, "Can I have it?" And the sheriff's like, "Well, I don't know. This is evidence in a case." "Ah, come on. Yeah, you can have it. Here, take it."
He's like,
Yeah.
it's a cold case.
Yeah, who cares? So he decides he's going to be a wizard for Halloween, and he puts on a bathrobe and a Gandalf beard and uses this staff, and he's not going to dress as a bunny. So, yeah. And then everyone goes trick-or-treating in the best town ever.
This town fucking rules. I mean, granted, they're totally like nonplussed by people being turned into animals.
Yeah.
But goddamn, do they know how to do Halloween right?
They do, yes. Everyone decorates the fuck out of everything. They are all dressed up. It is just kids running every which way, going from house to house, just having the best time.
It is honestly, it's like the dream of what Halloween should be when you're a kid. Where like every house on the street is just decked out.
Yeah, it's
like not just like, we put up a little jack-o'-lantern and maybe we got some candy. They're like, no, we've built a graveyard and we have, like the statues that talk to you, and
they cleared out the Spirit Halloween store.
And all the parents are dressed up.
Yep.
Because they go up to the one house where the basically it's that teacher, the teacher lady.
Yeah.
And her husband is
Frankendude.
who is a surfing
Frankenstein's
monster. But it's actually Frankendude's monster.
Frankendude's monster.
Yes.
But he's like, hey,
Frankenstein's dude.
Frankendude is the name of the dude.
yeah.
Dr. Frankenstein's dude.
But I do like through the entire movie, he never breaks character of that. So
No.
we don't even know what this man actually is.
We have no
at
idea
any
who this
point.
man is.
He's just Frankendude the entire time, and he's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty great.
Yeah.
But yes, like this town is the dream of Halloween.
Yes. They've all done it upright except for the one spooky old man's house, who they met at the pet cemetery earlier and all acted like, "Oh dear God, it's a spooky man." It's just like, it's just a man. It's
just
literally
a man digging a grave to put a dead human body in.
a dog.
To put a dead canine body in.
One of your beloved pets.
Yeah, that might be worse.
Yeah. But they just like, "Oh my God, this spooky old man." It's just, it's Ron Howard's dad. Calm down. But yeah, so like it's the only house on the block that's not lit up, but the kid has, from the evidence locker, a picture of this house, which is where the Pip and the boy lived. So they're like, hey, let's just go ring the bell anyway. And like the Buddha kid is like, you miss all the shots you don't take or something. And and guy's like, yeah, good point. So he just goes and rings the bell, and spooky old man comes out, and they're just like, don't look behind you, spooky old man. And
yeah. Well, but he's like, does this boy live here? He's like, that boy hasn't lived here for years.
Because it's me.
And then he's like, where did you get that staff?
Yeah.
Give that to me.
And it's just basically
and
like...
the kids run away from him.
Yeah. But
meanwhile, Harlan... Warwick
yes.
and the Halloween Hound have come out and are like, all right, it's time to party.
Well,
We're
they're
back.
walking the streets, and Harlan Williams is just like, the shit is happening. Like, what are all these spooky things? What has happened in the 75 years I've been trapped in the mirror? What is going on? And he's just freaking out at everything that walks past him. And he gets interested in Frankendude's house because I think his decorations are the most on point. He's just like, check out this warlock statue in his yard. This is great. Let's go to his house. So he goes to his house, and the guy's like, dude, aren't you a little old for Halloween? And he's like, you gotta do a trick. And so he has an owl. He has an owl hench owl.
Yeah.
And he just
has an
goes,
owl he's in an abusive relationship with.
yes, absolutely. He hates this fucking owl.
And the owl is nothing but cool to it.
Yeah.
Like a sentient talking owl.
Yes. And the owl's just like, okay, guess I'll do your bidding.
Yeah.
You know, and so he just holds out his hand, and the owl swoops over to him, and Frankendude's like, whoa.
Yeah, and then
That's
the
a
owl's
cool
like,
trick.
Master, I have news for you. And he's like, ventriloquism.
Whoa.
Whoa. Dude.
Yeah. So he gives him a candy bar, which he immediately just shoves in his mouth without
He
taking the
doesn't
wrapper
unwrap.
off. And it's just like, is this what food tastes like now? Blah, blah, blah. Which they had wrapped candy bars in the 30s. Like, what the fuck, dude? But
Yeah, but that guy'd been
the
like
man
a
is a
warlock his
warlock.
entire life.
I
He'd
know.
never seen a candy
I
bar.
know.
Once you're in the warlock life, you're in the
Yeah.
warlock life, Chuck.
I know.
And
But
he
don't just
spits it
walk out and start
throws it over his shoulder casually.
Right. So he like walks away for half a second, and then he's like, hold on, I got an idea. And he goes back, and he basically puts a spooky spell on Frankendude and is like, go get the kid with the staff, Frankendude. And Frankendude, like, the guy turns into literally Frankenstein's monster and just starts stumbling around.
Yeah.
And after it takes him like 5 minutes to get out of his door down the driveway, the wizard or warlock dude's like, this might have been a bad choice, but whatever. What are you going to do? So let's go.
The spooky buddy, little sperm dog, he is able to leave the house. He realizes
Yes.
because he had been trapped in the house for
Yeah.
75
When the warlock
years.
leaves, he's like, maybe I can leave too.
Yep. And he
just
can.
goes, whoosh.
And he meets up with a kid who's dressed up as a ghost. And he's like, hey, young human child.
No, he's like, oh, you're a ghost too. That's cool.
Yeah.
And the ghost kid is like,
He's like, I'm trying to find these buddies to warn them.
yeah, but he's like, he tries to touch the spooky or the ghost dog, and his hand goes through him, and the kid's like, oh shit, and takes off his ghost costume and runs away. And this is when you were like, wow, they just saved a whole bunch of money on the budget because Ghost Dog's like, maybe I'm too scary for people, and then he goes into the ground and then comes up into the ghost costume, which is clearly just a balloon
With a light in it.
that they just start dragging it around.
Yep.
And so now it's just this sheet with a lighted balloon in it going down the street. And you see that for like the midsection of the movies. That's the ghost dog. It's real dumb.
Yep. Yeah. So that
I don't remember the order of any of the events
yes.
in this movie.
Basically, it's him trying to convince the buddies
Yeah.
that he's not evil.
They end up at Zelda's spooky fortune teller shop, which
Yeah,
I
and-
can't figure out if the dog is the owner of this place because it's configured for dogs. It's not
It is.
configured for humans. But how the hell does a dog own this thing?
Yeah. What
It's
is
the buddies universe. Shit is weird.
what is their currency system?
I don't know.
How is
like how do
Kibble?
you pay for these fortunes?
Who's paying the rent? How does this dog transact with humans? Because it's been established the humans don't understand what the animals are saying.
Right.
But all the animals understand what all the other animals are saying.
Correct.
Regardless of species.
Yes. However, the
However, the owl can speak to the human.
Yes.
And the other humans understand it.
Right.
Because he's an evil warlock owl.
And the Halloween Hound can speak to either humans or buddies, but he only chooses to speak to Warwick and the buddies.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I don't know that the Halloween Hound can speak to anybody but Warwick.
We haven't really described
All
the
the other-
Halloween Hound, have we?
No, it's like a bull mastiff.
Yeah, he's like a
Yeah.
big brindle mastiff. He's a cute
But it's
dog.
like
It was like
charcoal colored.
and they've given him green eyes.
Yeah.
But he has the fucking sweetest like collar on.
Yeah.
Because it's got like a big skull hanging down the middle, and
Mm-hmm.
then there's like two skulls on the side.
and it's big chains.
It's a big,
like
thick chain.
wrapped
Yeah.
with barbed wire or something.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
cool as shit.
It's a cool design for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But,
But
yeah, they go to Zelda's place, and this is just one of those like hairless dogs, except on their head.
Yeah, like a Chinese crested, I think.
Maybe.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Um,
But this dog's fucking shaking. the entire-
The-
that dog, because they've got little bangles hanging off of it
Yeah.
and stuff, and you can just tell like
That dog's about to collapse.
yeah, that dog is just like, fuck all these people on this set.
please
fuck!
don't beat me. I'll stand still. I promise. But yeah, it's just, what do you need, my buddies? And they're like, we need to talk to the ghosts or whatever. And this is when Pip basically just kind of wanders into the store and is just like, hi, I'm the ghost
He's
dog.
like, hey, I've been trying to warn you guys.
Yeah.
The Halloween Hound's coming. You're fucked.
Yeah. And Halloween Hound basically sticks his head through the dog door and is just like, I'm here.
Yeah.
And like, oh shit, get out the back.
Yeah. And he's basically like, I'm going to eat your soul.
Yes. Yes, there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
like
this
in
dog.
a children's movie. This dog is like, hey, buddies, I will eat your literal souls.
Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile,
He gets stuck in the dog door, right?
he does, yeah, because they
Briefly.
run out the back and then he backs out of the dog door and runs out after them.
Yeah, and they run to the sheriff dog, which is Tim Conway, which is kind of like in all of these.
He is,
where he's
yeah.
like, hey, guys, I'm the old sheriff. What?
Stupid dog.
Yeah. yeah. Yeah, and they wake him up, and he's like, well, I'll protect you, buddies.
Yeah.
Run. And the Halloween Hound is like, meet your fate, dog. and breathes
I'll
the
swallow your soul,
Yeah,
too.
breathes the smoke on him and turns that fucking dog to stone.
Yep. Yes.
Kills that dog that has been in, like, how many of these movies now?
Yes.
8.
A mainstay.
Murders Tim Conway.
Tim Conway is dead now.
Yes.
So the kids have been taken to a church by the old man because the old man has.
Well, what happens is eventually they get there. What happens is they're being chased by both him and then Frankenstein,
Right.
Frankendude.
Frankendude.
They go into the Halloween party
Right,
for the
okay.
city.
Okay.
Which, man, again, like the fucking dream of Halloween is alive in this city.
They are getting the fuck down.
Yeah.
They've got a full band in full costumes
doing 20 minutes of Monster Mash.
right, the full Monster Mash.
Yeah.
Every mom is just hotted up. Like every
Yeah.
mom is just like, Mom, holy shit.
Yeah.
You're fucking
Yeah.
hot.
It's the Spooky Brew Ha
Uh-huh, it
is what
is.
it was named.
So, they're all getting lit.
Yeah.
On the spooky juice.
Spooky juice. yeah.
Man.
Yeah, and Frankendude wanders in there and starts drinking cup after cup of the spooky juice.
Yep. Which kind of messes with his mind control because
A little
then
bit, yeah,
he's-
because then they push him into the costume contest, which he wins, and they immediately have a giant check for him with his name on it. It says Frankendude.
Yep.
Which, good luck getting that cashed.
Yeah. But I love that
Maybe that was just his name. Was
It could have
Frankendude.
been, yeah.
yeah. But B Dog Kid runs up and is like, and the man emceeing it is the sheriff
yes.
of the town,
Wearing
the
wearing
goofy sheriff guy.
an old school British cop
Yeah, who
outfit.
showed them like autopsy photos in the room earlier.
Yeah.
And he comes up to him and he's just like, I really need to talk to you. There's a man chasing us. And he's like, hang on.
Not right now, Billy.
We're judging. Yeah, Billy.
It's a costume contest.
We're judging the contest now, Billy. Adults are talking here.
Spooky
like,
ghosts
no.
are going to murder
Yeah,
us.
but he's like, no, but this man is chasing us, and that's when the Warwick comes up and he's like, give me the staff, child, and he's grabbing the kid and the staff, and this man, a police officer,
The law.
is standing a foot away, going, huh?
Well, this is interesting.
Yeah, he's just like, let's let this play out,
Let's see where this goes. What kind of spooky Halloween play is this?
and then he's like, unhand the kid. That's a party foul. Mm-hmm. It's like, no, manhandling a child is not a party foul.
It's a crime.
Yeah, it's a literal crime.
Party fell.
And he's like, quit monkeying around. And then that's when Warwick goes, I'll show you monkeying around. And he turns him into a fucking monkey.
Yep. Sure does. Complete with a little cop outfit.
Yep. And everyone in the crowd is just like, oh, check it out. It's a monkey. It's not like, holy fuck. They just turned the sheriff into a goddamn monkey. What
There's
the
no
fuck?
law.
Well, they're all blitzed on spooky juice, so...
But they're all just like, that's a monkey. That's so cute.
Yeah. And then Warwick gets on his staff and flies out of the room. And they're all just like, yay.
But not before Monkey Sheriff, climbs up onto Warwick and starts beating him over the head with his little tiny nightstick.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, and he's like, enough of this.
And then
and
flies
out of the room, to which
Man.
everyone in the crowd is like, this is the best day ever.
God, that like the place, they just must be like, they must be so drunk and so like high on Halloween. That
This
they're
is their
just
only
like,
day. This
Yeah.
is their only day where they can just go, fuck you, kids.
Yeah, or they're just like, man, let's get all this shit out of the way and start the fucking orgy already. Jesus, get the monkey out of here.
No, keep the monkey.
No, that's how AIDS started. No, you don't want that. Get the monkey out of there.
I don't think Warwick would have brought an AIDS monkey into the party. He's not that evil. I mean,
can't trust the monkey.
He wouldn't be an AIDS monkey unless the sheriff already had AIDS.
Let's deep dive this.
That's a
Let's
fine
really get
point.
into this.
You're right. The
Not to put
transference from
right.
police officer to monkey
I don't know.
would
Maintain,
keep all of
yeah.
your bodily health.
All I know is
Yes,
intact.
exactly.
all I know is B-Dog's mom was just, she was ready to go.
She was.
Because she like started, like Warwick comes in chasing after him and she's
Yeah.
like, oh, dance with me. And so they start dancing and he's like,
and he's like, Mom, no, I don't have time right now for this.
no, but then she starts dancing with Warwick.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, B-Dog's going to have a new dad.
She does dance with
Evil
Warwick.
wizard dad.
And Warwick is like, unhand me, cat lady.
Yeah.
Harlan Williams is almost good in this. Like, he's trying really hard.
He's probably doing exactly what the director wanted and
Yeah.
doing it well.
Yes, he's
Yeah, but
trying
that's
his
also
best.
the problem.
If you
Yeah.
I
you-
think he doesn't play it self-aware enough.
No.
I think that's my issue with it. And I know I'm one to usually rally against self-awareness in movies.
Mm-hmm.
But in a movie like this, I feel like the way everyone else is like just overacting everything,
Yeah.
you have to have somebody in there that's like
playing it a little bit straight.
I fucking know what this is.
Right.
You know, and he kind of goes back and forth too much.
Yeah.
I think you have to remember that these are kids movies and we're
Yeah, I know.
30-something plus years old. I think that would play well for kids.
Yeah, but I think back to like Space Buddies. I think there were legit funny moments in that. I think there were legit actual jokes, and Diedrich Bader was an actual character in that one, to where he was pretty
he's
good.
just an evil voice for
yeah
Halloween Hound.
He's the dog. So
Like you wouldn't even recognize that it's him, really.
No. Yeah, Ryan Stiles is the owl.
Is
isn't
the
it?
owl? Yeah, you
so
wouldn't.
it's the
I
whole,
didn't
like,
know until I looked it up on.
Hey
IMDb.
kids, it's a fun Drew Carey reunion going on up here. So anyway, okay, so they all run out of the party. Is this when the old man clocks Warwick in the back of the head with a shovel?
Yeah, they
Like,
get outside and Warwick's just like, all right.
I will eat your souls, kids.
Yeah.
And,
And your buddies. So
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, and then
dogs,
the old
all of
man
you.
just hits him with the shovel.
come on, kids, get in my hearse.
Yeah. Yeah, and the kids take off. But, I mean, obviously Warwick wakes up because, man, you should have used the pointy end of the shovel.
Yeah.
Right.
Fucking, you got to get the brain or you're done. Or
Mm-hmm.
it's not going to keep him down.
By
of
the
the
way,
skull.
this is a pristine '59 Cadillac hearse.
It is.
Like full on. It's black, but it's the the Ghostbusters hearse.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, where the fuck did they get one of those? And why the fuck did they put it in a Buddies movie?
These are questions we will never have answers
Yeah,
to.
you don't know.
They got that Ghostbusters money. I don't. I'm mad.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the buddies have kind of been chased around town
Sure.
by the Halloween Hound.
I think
And they end up in the graveyard because Zelda tells Pip
Yeah.
that you've left your place of rest. You need to
Now
be
you're gonna
reunited
die.
with your body. If you don't find your body before dawn, you'll be lost forever.
Yep.
And they find his body, his little statue that the kid had walked off with.
Mm-hmm.
And it was put. He had a little grave.
Yes.
Where he was just standing on top of it.
Yeah, they put,
It's like Pip, the best friend a boy could ever have.
Right.
And
He joins with his statue
yeah, Zelda does some little chant thing about,
while
joining-
shaking.
Yeah, joining the body that the Halloween Hound stole.
They needed a script pass on all these spells. All these spells are
Yeah,
pretty
they're
shitty.
pretty lame.
Yeah, they're lame.
Because it's just her repeating the same thing over and over,
Yeah.
too. But yeah,
And it doesn't
anyway.
even have the right meter and rhyme.
Yeah.
No.
It's not spooky
No,
enough.
it's
Yep.
not spooky.
But then Pip comes back.
Yep.
He's a real dog
Yes,
again.
He is, and he is stoked.
I would be.
That dog is like, hell yeah.
Jumping in circles and shit.
I am mortal.
Yeah. And he's like, this is awesome. And then the Halloween Hound shows up and he's just like, hey, buddies, I have finally trapped you. And it's like, have you?
It's an open field. They could literally run in any direction.
Yeah.
They should all run in opposite directions. You can't get them all.
Yeah. And Zelda's like, you need to leave these children alone.
Mm-hmm.
Or she doesn't really even say that. She's just like,
Listen,
I know you got the whole dark thing going on, but
It's not
you can
cool.
come back to the light.
Yeah.
It's fine. And he's like, I like the dark. Get out of my way.
yeah, he
And
turns
then-
her into stone.
Fucking murders that little shaky dog.
Yep. Yeah, and Pip is just like, I'm out.
Yeah. Pip was already out.
Yeah, Pip
He was like,
already-
hey, I can run.
I can ride legs. See ya. And they're like, oh, well, that's great.
Yeah. It's like my dog when the gates open.
Yeah, it's like,
the
I'm
dog's just like,
gone.
Yeah. Like, I love you. I know you feed me. I don't care. I'm gone.
Freedom.
I am going to run as
Yep.
far and as fast as I can.
Yep.
And I'm not going to stop
Yep.
until I get there.
If I'm carrying groceries in and my door is cracked open just a little bit,
Yeah.
my dog will be like, hey, I am so out of here.
Yeah. Dog's
See
like,
ya.
I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going to get there.
I'm going to run as far and fast as I can.
Yes. That's what Pip does.
And then lay down and
And
die.
then the buddies basically are just like, all right, man. They're like,
You
they
got
accept
us.
their fate.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they go back to the house with
Yeah.
the Halloween Hound.
Yeah. They're chained up and they're in a little
In an
puppy
iron
crate.
cage.
Five of them in a
An
little
iron puppy
cage.
crate.
Yeah. Now, also, by the way, the 4 statues of the 70-year-old dead beagles are still in this room. They're still lined up on the carpet
Yeah.
there.
They condemned it.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then there's a lot of threatening them in the house, and the kids that have been turned into rats come back and
They do.
attack Warwick.
they do. They crawl up his leg or something.
Yeah.
and-
Meanwhile, the old man has taken the he took the kids to a church because I guess Warwick can't go in the church
Nope.
for
And
whatever reason
there was a book. There was a book that also got taken in the opening scene.
by the kid's dad.
Spell book, basically. He's been hiding it in this church.
Yeah, because of course they reveal that the old man is the kid
Yeah.
from the beginning.
Right.
Which, if you've ever seen a movie. But then again, if you're a child, maybe you haven't.
It's true.
This is
could
literally the first movie you've ever seen.
could be the first movie you've seen. But yeah, the old man's a kid. He had the book the entire time. They're in a church. At one point, Warwick is outside and blows the doors open. It's just like, I'm coming to swallow your souls, children. Nah, and they're just like, oh, no.
Yeah.
This is terrible. But yeah, eventually, they just drive slowly over to the house with the book.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Warwick is like, if you don't bring the book, then
Oh, right. Yeah,
I'll-
he does.
yeah.
He goes back. He's like, I'm going to eat your buddies.
Yeah, because the old man explains, okay, that you needed 5 puppies related by blood
Yeah.
to bring back the Halloween Hound.
Yes. So. And I don't know why he goes to taunt them. He has the buddies. He needs the book. He needs the kids to bring him
Yeah.
the book. So. Yeah,
But the Halloween Hound doesn't need any of that shit.
yeah.
Well, he needs the Halloween Hound needs the 5 buddy souls, the staff, and the book to open the portal.
Right.
That's what he needs.
It's Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah, but he doesn't need the book because he opens the portal anyway, even without the book.
But to bring the souls out, all the souls.
or to make it permanent
yeah,
or something.
because they all come out, but because they
whatever.
don't complete the spell, the souls have to go back. Because at one point he's like, "Come out of the spooky mirror, souls!" And souls just spooky lights come out of the mirror, and they fuck around town for half a minute. They
turn people into weirder.
They bother
Halloween
some
celebrants.
teens and overturn a fire hydrant, and it's just like, oh, these ghosts are real spooky.
Yeah.
Yeah, but everyone eventually ends up at the house.
Yep.
And
And all the people in town are turned into zombies by whatever the spooky stuff is.
oh right, yeah,
Which again, just
sure,
they never get to the orgy, so
that's true. They were this close,
they really were.
but then the spooky ghosts came into the party and turned them into zombies. So the owl is been tasked with doing something after being insulted yet again by Warwick, and Warwick leaves the room, and the buddies are like, hey, listen, you don't have to take that from him. Like, you're better than that.
Yeah.
Like, you have worth. You know, didn't you enjoy 75 years of freedom? They all was like, yeah, I kind of did. They're like, why don't you let us out of here, and you could be a free owl again. And he's like, yeah, okay. That checks out.
Yeah. So he lets the buddies out, and then the Halloween Hound comes out. He's like, the fuck are these dogs doing out? He's
I got
like,
you, buddies.
yeah,
again.
and he's like, and then he's just like, oh, fuck you, owl. And then he turns him to stone, and his ass just like thunk.
But it's like,
But it's rubber.
It's a rubber.
It's
so
a rubber statue, so its wings are
flops, yeah.
flopping around. Yeah.
Yep.
But
yeah, so that owl was redeemed right before getting murdered by the Halloween Hound.
Yes.
And the buddies, they've been helped by the rats who have shown them a secret passage that leads to the kitchen or something.
Yeah.
And
They hide in the kitchen.
well, they're hiding in the kitchen.
They're trying to hide in the kitchen, and Butterball sees a jar. Butterball walks in the kitchen and is like, oh,
Pickled eggs.
I'm hungry. There's got to be food in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
And he thinks that a jar of pickled eyeballs is pickled eggs.
Yes.
And so he's
A 75-year-old jar of pickled eyeballs.
still good.
It's
Yep.
a lot of brine.
Yeah. So he's eating those. The Halloween Hound has come in and is stalking up behind him, and they're all like, Butterball, the evil
Yeah.
dog's behind you.
Yeah, and then B-Dog's like, and he's like, all right, puppies, end of the line. This is where I eat your souls. and that's when B-Dog's like, yeah, eat Butterball. He's probably the fattest and the tastiest.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and the girl
And the other
dog's
one's like,
the fuck, dude? How dare you?
B-Dog, I hate you, but
Yeah.
fuck.
But B-Dog's like, don't worry, I got a plan. Hey, Butterball, fart.
Yes.
So,
yeah, he yells his plan out
Yeah.
to everyone.
yeah, so the Halloween Hound releases his stone-turning, spewing gas, and Butterball does the same, and they fight, and the fart wins.
Yes.
And turns the Halloween Hound into stone.
It blows the stone gas back into the Halloween Hound.
Yep. The bad guy of this movie is defeated with a fart.
It's a buddies movie. Come on.
Oh, but I mean,
Yeah.
the others weren't.
Meanwhile, in our parallel storyline, they've come to the house with the book,
Yeah.
and Warwick's like, "Give me the book," and they're like, "Give us the puppies." And he's like, "I'll just take the book," and they're like, "No, you don't know how hostage exchanges work, do
Right.
you?" And he's like, "Just give me the book."
But
and so
I'm-
he zaps the old man
Yeah.
in the chest
Yes.
with his because they've shown that this staff can electrocute people. Basically,
whatever it wants to.
He's fried himself at one point. The kid actually fried him at one point,
Yeah.
and so he fries the old man.
Yes.
And the old man's like, just
Just leave me.
Yeah.
And the kids are like,
He's
okay.
like, he's like, go save the buddy. Well, he's got smoke coming out of his damn chest.
He does.
He's got a fucking sucking chest wound, except it's a smoking chest wound.
Yes. It's a sucking, smoking check.
Yes.
Mucking.
It's a smoking check.
But yeah, they go upstairs, and he's got the book, and he's like, oh, I'll open the book, and now I can open the portal, which is already open, but whatever, bro. And
It needs to be permanently kept open before dawn.
I guess.
So,
Sure.
and the parent zombies are marching towards the house, and he's like, all right, time to read a passage from the book. And he opens the book, and oh, psych, it's the Bible.
It's the Bible.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yes.
And he still tries to read some of it. It's like, oh, Heavenly Father. He's like, this is the Bible.
Well, no, he doesn't even know what book it is. The
Well,
kids have
yeah,
to tell
he's
him.
confused.
Suck
the
it.
Bible.
It's the Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
and he's
Lord
like,
says, "Fuck you."
No.
Yep. And then at this point he recognizes that the old man who has recovered from his smoking chest wound.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're that boy," and he's like,
Goddamn right.
"He's like, the name is Joseph."
Yeah, Joseph
But
Johnson.
I love when the old man first comes in and the guy's looking at the Bible and he's like, and it basically zaps him. Because doesn't the kid grab the staff
The
and
kid
then
zaps
zap
him with
him?
the staff, yeah.
Yeah, and then the old man comes up. He's like, "We have to stop this."
Yeah.
And I was like, "You have to kill him now,
Yeah,
Billy.
Yeah.
You have to stab him with that. You have to just beat him until there's a bloody pulp where his head was.
Just shove it right through
It's
his
the
chest.
it's the only way to end this, Billy."
You have to pierce his heart, Billy. And then eat it. You and the buddies all have to eat that man's heart to reverse the soul-sucking power.
Don't stop mashing his head until the white meat shows, Billy. It's the only way, Billy.
Till it's nothing but pudding, Billy. Remember my words. Nothing but pudding.
Learn from my mistakes, Billy. End this now.
But none of that happens. He just wrestles with him for a second and pushes him in the mirror.
Yeah. Before telling him his name is Joseph.
Yes. Joseph John said, "You son of a..."
Yeah.
Pushes him in the mirror. The parents immediately go, "The hell?"
Well, yeah, because the mirror. Well, he pushes him in the mirror. Mirror shuts, and the kid's like, "Man, that was fucked up."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, well, there's only one way to really end this. After you bash his head in."
Zip.
Yeah.
I broke Chuck.
But he smashes the crystal in the staff.
Yeah.
But not before the kid has to recite one of the spells.
Oh yeah, they
kid has to-
make Billy shout a bunch of
Yeah.
bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what finally closes the thing. And then he's like, "This will keep it closed," and he smashes his staff.
Yeah, and that shatters the mirror.
Yeah.
And then the smoke comes through, and it turns everyone who got turned to stone and murdered back into living beings.
Yes.
Correct.
All
And-
over the town.
Yeah, it cures everyone who's zombified.
Mm-hmm.
It turns the monkey sheriff back into human sheriff.
Monkey Sheriff, who is asleep on the roof of his police or the hood of his police car, surrounded by
like
bananas.
hundreds of banana peels.
Just went on a fucking bender.
Yeah,
Good old banana bender.
banana bender.
And he just pops up like, "The hell?"
Yep.
The only weird thing about this is that at first it seems like, hey, you forgot about those two kids that got turned into rats.
Yeah, I was like, man, you turn them human size inside the wall, and they are just fucking.
Paste.
Yeah, they're goop.
But the weirdest thing about it is that, yeah, of course they get turned back into kids, but for some reason they're naked.
Yeah.
And they're hiding in the bushes. And the last scene of the movie is basically them popping up naked out of the bushes going, guys, can someone bring us some clothes? And then all the townspeople just point and laugh, and then that's kind of it.
Well,
the end comes up on
then
screen.
they meet with the old man, who because the also
Oh, well, yeah.
the four
Before all that.
the four Beagle buddies have are resurrected
Yeah.
when the thing comes, and
Right.
Pip is reunited with his family.
Yes.
He's reunited with Joseph,
Mhm.
and
He scoops them all up and puts them in his RV.
yeah,
He's like,
and,
"Hey,
and he
kids,
says,
I'm
yeah,
traveling the
I
world."
found all of their owners. They're scattered across the country.
all their 80-year-old owners."
Yes, it's time to start living.
Hmm.
I'm gonna leave these puppies with someone who they will outlive,
Yes.
and they will eventually have to eat.
Hey, man. Don't be mad. That's what dogs do.
I don't blame them.
yeah,
I'm just
I know.
saying, like he's.
Yeah. Well, they'll be well fed.
They may have been better off just like staying stone.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
throwing that out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
The owl gets turned back to an owl. Zelda gets
Yeah.
turned back to a regular shaky dog instead of a
Yep.
stone shaky dog.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, he decides he's going to take them, the Beagle buddies around the country and bring them back to their owners.
Yes.
I want to see Beagle Buddies.
Yeah. Those beagles were cute.
They're really
Yeah,
cute.
And
very
so all the dogs are real clumsy running up and down stairs in this movie, but the
Yeah.
beagles especially are just like, man, they're going for it, but they have no coordination whatsoever.
Right.
Well, they're all
And the-
puppies.
I know.
Big floppy ears.
Yeah, it's real good.
Super cute.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it really.
Yeah. It is a very weird kids movie.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot of soul swallowing in this.
Yeah.
A lot of almost death.
Yeah.
I mean, the scene where, like, okay, all the spooky spirits are coming out of the mirror and going to take over the town now is like, I wouldn't show this to my child.
Well, the thing is, they don't really do anything.
No, they don't.
They like knock over a fire hydrant. They make kids' hair stand up.
Yeah.
And
But, like, the scene of just, like, now the demons will walk the earth. It's like,
Well, then they
yeah.
they possess all the parents.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
go
Yeah.
to the party and they turn the party into zombies. So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah,
That's a bit strange.
that's spooky buddies.
Spuddies.
Uh,
Now
no-
is the time for rating.
Yeah, no Stargrove because no,
no,
no, unless you count Monster Mash, which is hell of a song. But
it's a graveyard smash.
It is, yeah.
However,
not in this case.
Yep. I can go.
Okay.
I'm going to give this 2 jocks.
Wow. Holy shit. Oh my god. Okay.
Dogs are cute, man.
Dogs are cute.
And I had fun inserting my own story into this movie.
You can definitely do that.
Yeah, I mean that, but like B-Dog and his owner, they both need to catch diseases that take them out. I'm sorry.
That's B-Dog the character.
Yes.
Yes.
Once more for clarification.
Well, yeah, B-Dog, the actual dog, is probably dead by now.
When did this come out?
2011. The dog still might be okay.
Golden
Okay.
Retriever's still
2010.
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That dog's
8
all
years
right.
old? Yeah, easily.
That dog's okay.
Those dogs are getting
Nah.
fed well.
He
Yeah.
got hit by a car. I'm sorry.
Well,
Trivia. How many of the
R.I.P.
spooky buddies are still alive?
R.I.P. in peace.
uh-huh.
B-Dog's actor.
Goofs. None of these dogs are still alive.
Goofs. So 2 jocks, huh?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I had fun with it.
Okay.
Like I think what I enjoyed most is the town being truly into the Halloween spirit.
Yeah.
And being in that, and like honestly, like that kind of. It has like this Halloween feel that a lot of movies don't tend to have. Like it's hard to explain, but like you think about people watch horror movies and all that stuff around Halloween, but it's like they're not really about the feeling of Halloween.
Right.
And this, to me, has more of a feeling of Halloween than most other movies do
This movie to
that are kind of
yeah.
supposed to be like that.
This movie to Halloween is like what the Hallmark movies are to Christmas. It's like the whole town is just fucking going for it.
Yeah.
And it's like no one lives in that town. Like
I know.
that town doesn't exist.
But I want to live in that town.
Sure, that would be nice. It's a
Yeah.
hell of a lot of work.
I know. It would be awesome, though.
All right.
But yeah.
If everybody's into it, though, many hands make light work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this is not the best Buddies movie
No, it's not.
by any stretch.
No.
And yes, they don't focus on the buddies enough. They spend too much time with the kids.
Yeah.
Because they really could have condensed it to just be the buddies
Mhm.
and leave the fucking kids out of it. And
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, 2 jocks.
Okay. BJ.
Chuck, you go.
Me? Okay. I'm gonna do Harlow proud. I'm giving it a bag.
Aw.
Wow.
I just
Aw.
this one I think back to Space Buddies. I'm like, that was good for parents and kids. This was not. This
This is
is
just for kids.
I mean, I like the Halloween spirit of it. It's totally fictitious. Like this doesn't happen anywhere.
Bet it would have been cool if we had watched it in Halloween month.
Would you stop? We got actual spooky movies to watch then. Yeah, there's not any one thing I can point to and say, well, at least it has this. Like
Yeah.
if there had been like a Harlan Williams bit that really, really landed, just an extended 30 seconds of like, obviously he kept going after, the scene was ended or whatever, just something where I could point and go, all right, that's fine. But yeah, it's instantly forgettable. Like I'll remember the town going nuts for Halloween and literally nothing else. Maybe Frankendude.
Frankendude was
Frankendude's
pretty good.
I mean, there are so many things that are almost like I can almost point to and go, yeah, that, but no.
I like that there are a lot of little nods to other Halloween/scary movies in this. Like Zelda, I think is obviously a tribute to Zelda Rubinstein. There was another one that I've forgotten because I have the memory of what people think a goldfish has. Ecto 1.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these things I think have to be intentional. As sort of specious as the connection may be.
Right.
But I like that. I like dogs. Dogs are super cute, especially puppies.
True.
But you're right. This isn't, as buddies movies go, it's not that great. And I don't want to like sort of feel like I am evaluating it on a buddy scale, but I think it only merits 1 jocks. Like and that's sort of a conditional. Like if you like buddies movies, you might as well, complete the set and watch this one as well.
Yeah.
I like that they're all in
'Cause it's
different
not bad.
genres.
Yeah.
But however, like, holy shit. This was just like out there, man.
Yeah. It is.
There was some stuff going on in this movie.
Yeah. Like an orgy.
Yeah, there was going to be. There was going to be a
Almost.
fucking
Almost.
Halloween grease paint and tool
Man. I'd go
grease
to
paint and tool.
Yeah.
yeah. I'd go to a Hallow orgy.
Howl orgy. Ween. Remember, the password is orgy.
Everyone's gonna figure that one out. You need a better password.
Yeah, that's a bad password.
Yeah.
That's real bad.
Well, everybody
Actually, maybe it's good.
No, it's good because everybody's going to think the
it's
password's
so obvious.
Yeah, they're going to think the password's like Rosebud or
Yeah, they'll think it's a lie.
Tegucigalpa or something.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Spooky Buddies.
Okay.
One jocks.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a break, shall we?
Okay.
Our buddies' ratings are all over the place.
They're very. It honestly, it depends completely on mood
Yep.
of that night.
Sure.
Because these are tough to,
Yeah.
to interpret in any particular way.
Yes. So you people have the big movie.
I don't.
He does, and we have a voicemail from Harlow.
Whoa, I'm the only one present that's...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were supposed to go last night, and I got off work at 9:30, so we didn't go.
We were supposed to go Monday, and I was just like, you know what? I can't move. I am so tired.
No.
I'm really glad that I took... Like, that I woke up Sunday, and I'd gotten woken up at, like, 4:30 in the morning because my downstairs neighbor's TV came on at full blast.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I was just like, when I woke up at like 10, I was like, no, I just cannot do this to myself. I'm so tired. My legs hurt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my dad got up. He's like, I want to leave by 8. And I was like, it's like daylight savings, right?
Right.
And that means you're leaving by 7,
Mm-hmm.
which means I have to wake you up by 6:30 on a fucking Sunday morning.
And then, yeah.
And then, there's no going back to sleep.
No.
Yeah.
I figured out why it was so exhausting this weekend was that we didn't have any of our excursions
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
because
Or
we
we're sitting
usually
in a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like Atlanta where you sit in a car for 2 hours
Right.
because you tried to go 3 miles down the road.
yeah,
Yeah.
or we just on occasion we just wander back to our rooms and just like I need 45 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did do
Go
that
take
too.
a nice long poop break
Yes.
or
Get this food out of me.
a
Yeah,
nap.
this was all just like, all right, you're playing pinball,
Yeah.
12 straight hours. So, I think that's what it was.
Yeah. It's really weird.
You didn't miss anything on Sunday, to be honest. Like we didn't even do a
didn't.
tournament table. We were just like, you know what? I think I'm done.
Well, yeah, because like everything we kept wanting to play was busted.
Yeah.
Like I think Chuck, you might have said it, but it's like all the people that do the rounds, making sure everything's working,
Yeah.
Sunday.
just kind of stopped.
They didn't care.
At a certain point on Sunday, and it was just like
Well, that
nothing worked.
I have so many good things to say about that show.
Sure.
Oh yeah,
I got no problems with it whatsoever. I mean, there were
But I have some pointed criticisms.
Yeah.
One of which is there was no clear identifier for who was working the show.
right. I mean, I had people ask me because I had a lanyard. Like, are
Yeah.
you
Yep.
are you maintenance? And I'm
yeah.
like,
Somebody asked me if it was my machine when
Yeah.
I was trying to get Grand Lizard to work.
Oh man, Grand Lizard broke.
Yeah,
That was a pretty good.
I only got to play it like twice.
That was a pretty good, like, just good condition, no resto mod,
Yep.
just
Yeah, my dad didn't like it, so I didn't get to play it very much. It was weird. Like all the ones that I really like, he wasn't about. So it was tough. Though he did enjoy watching me play Black Knight 2000. I think he enjoyed the ones where you could hear the sound. Honestly,
makes
That's
sense. Yeah.
it makes such a
very
difference.
important.
the ones that were like turned up, like Black Knight 2000 was
Oh,
turned way
God.
up.
yes, you could
And
hear.
your dad is hard of hearing anyway,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, somewhat. He was doing really well this
He
weekend.
seemed like he was doing okay.
I
talking
think
to
he
him,
got
but-
new hearing aids or something, and he
Yeah.
had adjusted them correctly. Because I actually told him it's going to be really loud in there, so I think he turned them down, and I think that somehow makes it easier for him to understand.
probably. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know.
You can pick it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yes, there were some things you can point to at this thing. Was like, you know what? That was not as good as these other shows we've been to. However,
God, that setup was so nice.
The layout
though.
was perfect.
to have
I
space
fucking
to
loved
where
it.
I was never once crowded by a single other person.
Yeah, the only way that worked against it was people were like, "Oh, there's somebody waiting for this."
Yeah.
Because on Sunday I would be like, "All right, I'm going to play Black Knight 2000," and the guy who was playing it was like, "Wait, you're waiting?" for
Yes.
this?" Because everyone usually would just like, "Oh, I'll just move on."
I
It's
did.
so easy to see what tables were
Yeah.
empty and
Yeah.
just move on.
I don't think I waited for a single table. I was just like, I want to go play that. Nope, someone's on that. Well, here, this one's open.
I did a couple times.
I think Sunday it also ended up because so many weren't working.
Yeah.
That's why you ended up waiting for
That's true.
a few of them.
I also I've gotten so used to the pinball conventions being a mini vacation for me.
Right.
So I'm used to the whole lifestyle that we live while we're there. Like,
yes.
we all hang out with each other a whole lot, and we all go to meals together. We wake up in the morning around the same time.
We all text each other like, all right, I'll
We're all
meet you down in the lobby.
Texting each other a whole bunch, and then we'll have drinks and hang out and sit and shoot the shit for a while at night. And none of that happened, and that was kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
But
because
just to my subconscious, because that's what I'm used to.
But where it is too, there's nothing there. It is basically like you're either in the pinball convention or you're driving wherever to do something.
Restaurants nearby.
If there had just been a simple lounge area somewhere that you could just go in and chill out, and there was a bar or something, now that I think about it, the VIP thing was supposed to come with drink tickets. There were no drinks there.
There were
drinks.
They were selling them at the
beer.
At
but that's it.
No, I think they had liquor.
Really?
Yeah, they had liquor at the concession stand. Because I was talking to Randy. I was talking to Randy at one point, and there was another guy there, and we were talking about the cops who were playing pinball.
Right.
He's like, "Well, we have to have them here because we're serving liquor, or we're serving alcohol, so they have to be here by some sort of weird law." So
interesting.
it's required.
Yeah, I didn't get to talk to Randy or Steve the whole weekend. It's like every time I wanted to, they looked like they were talking to somebody else. I was like, I'll just.
Yeah. I don't think Steve recognizes me, so I didn't really talk to him. But I walked by Randy a couple times and said, "Hey, what's up?" And he seemed like he was into having a few minutes of conversation. I'd stop and chit chat.
I think it's just weird for I know what it's like to be working something.
Yeah.
And you're always your conversation is always part of what you're thinking about.
Right.
You can't really focus on that conversation because you got so many other things you have to be keeping track of at the time.
I saw that the Game Warp couple was there.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I did see her.
They're nice people.
Yes.
Yeah.
They seem to be just here, enjoying the show, not working it. Because even last year in Orlando, they were there, but they were working at session or something. They were
okay.
Because they were selling Game Warp T-shirts that they
That's right.
dug out of somewhere.
That's right. They were at
Free Play.
Yeah, they were at Free Play, not concessions. They were at the
souvenir
at the sign-in table.
Yeah.
I really liked Game Warp.
Yep.
Maybe it's a nostalgia because it was
is.
the first one I went to.
It is because it was a lousy hotel.
Yeah.
But
hotel sucked, but
it was wet, and B, the 6 a.m. fire alarm.
Yeah. Don't care. I really enjoyed Game Warp.
It was a good time.
And Game Warp, it was the difference was it had a place outside of it where you could just go.
Yeah.
Which is the same way with Southern Fried in Orlando or in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh well.
But also, Free Play has in the hotel it was at.
Yeah, the new hotel was nice.
Both the last hotel was good too.
It was, yeah.
Yeah, I might try and convince my dad to go to that one.
Totally should.
Atlanta, he's definitely not going to be able. He's going to be up in Minnesota, so he's not. He wouldn't be doing that.
It's also the middle of July, so he would pass out.
That's what I mean. But yeah, Orlando, it's right around Thanksgiving, right?
I believe it's the week of Thanksgiving this
really?
year. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he'd be back yet. To be honest.
Well, no, wasn't it the week before Thanksgiving?
It was
at some point.
Yeah, but unless Thanksgiving's weird this year, it's the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Okay.
I think that's what it was last year too.
Because Thanksgiving's late again this year. It's the 28th.
Okay.
So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I don't know. He probably. I don't know. I don't think he would be able to this year.
Make an offer.
Thanksgiving's a tough time.
Oh, yeah.
This was the perfect time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect time of year to go.
Well, and it being here, I mean,
Hard to argue with that.
Yeah, I mean that's how we found out about it.
But
actually, I don't even know for sure how we found out about it. But he's the one who asked me. He's like, "Have you heard about this thing?" I'm like,
really?
"Oh, let me tell you." I wanted to be like, "Yeah, we had some friends who almost were sponsors for it, but
yeah, we need.
I don't get into the podcast.
We need to
stuff
organize
with
that
him.
better next time.
Yeah, we should just.
I mean, it wouldn't have done anything for us.
No, but it's done something for the show.
Yeah, and if I feel like I have to help them out because I want it to continue.
Yeah.
Like that's why I personally thank them.
Yeah.
Like on Facebook, I sent them, really nice messages. I was like, listen, this was like my dad had an amazing time there. I got to spend an entire weekend with him, just having fun, which we haven't done in years, and
Yeah. It
Like,
wasn't
I was
about
just
anything
like-
else. There was nothing else going on. There
Yeah.
was no like, oh, we're here for this or whatever. It was just like,
and I was just like, we had an absolute blast, and I'm going to cherish that I got to, spend that time with my dad like that. And I want to say thanks to you guys for actually putting the time in to do it. So
yeah. The one thing that I did hear repeatedly though that gives a little cause for concern is that people seem to think that the auditorium will not be there in 6 months. Like they're going to knock it down and sell the land.
really,
Yeah, because
Wow.
they're saying it's a shitty auditorium, and that's a given. I mean that's
correct.
it's in bad condition. It was fine for what we were there
It's not
for.
a bad event space.
No.
It's just kind of
It's old and
it's an old
junky
building.
and gross. But I mean, like even the bathrooms were, you
God,
could
the
use
bathroom-
them.
yeah.
It's like I had a fear walking in that bathroom the first time. Like this is going to be the grossest thing ever, and it was like, this is a usable bathroom.
those are some '60s ass bathrooms.
Sure,
though.
but whatever. It was totally fine. I used that toilet on many occasions, but
Problem is that none of these people know how to use a bathroom.
no.
They're like in the middle of the day,
Yeah.
in between cleanings.
Yeah.
There were
Yeah.
some stalls that were nightmares.
Yeah.
But that's just learn how to use the bathroom in
Well,
public,
you,
people.
you get that food
Don't
truck,
piss on the seat.
the food truck plus pinball fan. It's the perfect storm.
I'm
Look,
glad I
all
skipped
you
the
have to
food
do
trucks.
is clean up after yourself a little
I know.
bit.
I know.
Don't piss on the seat.
I know. But yeah, there's that land is so valuable because of its proximity to the town center, and the auditorium is just so shitty that like prestige events don't give a shit. But if there was a convention center super closer to the town center, that would be a win-win for like everybody involved. Like
Yeah.
if Jacksonville could get like cool shit to come here and not have it be at the fucking Prime Osborne.
Well, the Prime Osborne could be a good event space, and it
is a good
like,
event space, but it's just like
it's good
for
for
me. I don't want to
yeah.
go downtown.
Yeah.
Like for me,
Downtown
that's like
has to be more attractive.
yeah.
But like downtown's super convenient for me, and it's super convenient for
Yeah, I mean,
a lot
that's-
of people,
That's
and
where all
they're-
the arcade bars are.
right, and they're building up downtown
Yeah.
a lot. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they could do it in. There are so many other spaces.
Sure.
Although that one was honestly ideal. Like if
It was fine.
I don't know how much planning went into that layout, but
it seemed like a lot.
He seemed
Said
like a lot.
He said they thought about it a lot.
Yeah, because like I had posted a couple of pictures of machines back to back that made sense thematically.
Yeah.
and they were responding to my Instagram pictures like, "Oh, we didn't intend that one." And I'm like, "Come on,
Yeah.
you intended like all of these."
at one point I was talking to Randy, and I was like, "Hey, like I really like the layout," and he's like, "Yeah, we thought about it a lot," and I was like, "You had to have thought about it a whole lot, like not just a regular lot. You had to like sit down and plot."
Yep.
And they're guys who have been to so many of them that
Yeah.
they know what annoys them about it. And
Well, I think the biggest thing that they did that other shows make the mistake of is they didn't put all the super old tables in the same location because those are
Right.
the tables that barely get played, and then there's no traffic there,
Yeah,
and
everybody
everyone crowds
ignores
around
Ding Ding
everything
Alley.
else.
Yeah.
But like here, they were so spread out. It was just like, yeah, I'll play this dumb ding ding table while I'm waiting for taxi or
Right.
whatever. So
But the thing about the theming, I was like, hey, I noticed that a lot of these like are themed sort of, a few of them together or back to back, and he's like, there's some, some thought in that. It was kind of hard to do with machines arriving at different times, but we did what we could, and I'm like, you did a lot,
you did
mister.
fine. You did real good. So anyway, let's do
yeah.
the second half
It
here.
was a good show.
Yep.
Coming to Jacksonville for the next one.
So
Die.
I have one movie. It'll be real brief.
Okay.
So let him talk about.
Well, you can talk about Captain Marvel. I'll play his voicemail.
Yeah.
You can talk about your movie, and then we'll see how much time we've got left.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
All right. All right. Welcome back.
Hey, BMFcast. Half number
Second
2.
half.
Second half. So,
Yeah.
anything come out this week?
Not this week.
Anything come out the prior week?
Yeah, I think a little movie came out.
Yeah.
A little from a little company
Marvelous
called
movie?
Disney.
Oh,
And
makers of
Marvel.
Spooky Buddies.
Yes. It's a tie-in.
Ah,
No, Captain Marvel came out.
Right.
Much to the disappointment of many terrible people.
oh well.
There's like 100,000 terrible people out there.
Yeah.
I can tell
number
that
might be
Plenty of them.
I can tell that none of the people who review bombed this Captain Marvel on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever else actually saw the movie, because it's pretty good,
Yep.
and it's honestly nothing that they were scared of. Like all of this, it's gonna you see Captain Marvel, your balls are gonna fall off, and you're gonna have to be subjugated by women for the rest of your life or whatever. No, it's just a good superhero movie. Like I don't think it's like the best Marvel movie that's come out, but it's probably up there in the, somebody said mid top tier in the Discord today, and that phrase kind of stuck with me, or that. So I'd say it's probably about mid-top tier.
right.
I like Brie Larson's like attitude in this movie. There's a certain way that she, and not like there's a certain way that she walks, but there's a certain swagger that she has, like in the way that she walks and moves herself, that I find really interesting and charming. Like it projects something, like she's trying her best to be a badass. Like the character's trying her best to be a badass, and to appear to be a badass, and she is really.
Okay.
But my only real problem with the movie was I kept getting confused on what was a throwback or throw forward, or I guess, to like which weird space faction was in another movie, and because there's some there's some space factions that I thought might be from other movies, and I looked it up, and I still last night I knew, which is when I saw it, but I've already forgotten. But
The Kree were in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, that's what I
okay,
thought.
yeah, the Kree were in that, and I don't know. There's so many like weird colored aliens. I'm like, is that a Thanos? I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Which ones are the blue ones?
Yeah, I have no idea. But it was good. It was fun. There were some really good like fuck yeah emotional moments. There's some good humor in it. The digital de-aging of Sam Jackson is incredible. The digital de-aging of Clark Gregg is pretty good. The 90s soundtrack is a little bit on the nose, but I like all the songs they played, so I don't care.
Yeah.
Like,
I just don't like that people on Twitter and Letterboxd and wherever have already given away like some of the music that plays in some of the big scenes that should be unexpected.
yeah,
Yeah, but people are like, oh yeah, that scene when they play that, that's awesome, and it's like, guys,
Yeah.
it's been out like 4 days. Fucking hell.
Yep.
there's a
can-
weird thing that still lingers on the internet that is like just this culture of rushing to talk about things, and people don't consider, like I make fun of Harlow for it all the time when he's like, well, I don't think this is a spoiler. I don't think this is a spoiler, and I'm like, well, shut the fuck up then, because if you think it might be, then shut up.
Yeah,
But I'm usually just giving them
and
a hard
sometimes
time.
people are like, well, it's not worth spoiling, or like there's really nothing in it that's worth spoiling, and it's like, yeah, that's your opinion, you know.
I would like to tease me. Don't give me the whole the whole answer.
Yeah. Like, we were away all weekend, and I didn't look at my phone hardly. I wasn't on the internet at all. And then, like, Monday, got back to work, and, of course, you're on the internet because you're trying to kill your mind. And, I mean, just, like, immediately, not even using the words that I could mute to not see stuff. It was just like, hey, remember this scene? And it's like, the fuck,
And
guys?
people already had like high-resolution screenshots
Yes,
from
I'm like,
the
where are
fucking
you
movie.
getting this? Did you all steal this movie already?
And GIFs.
Yeah. How are you gifting this? I'm sorry, jiffing it.
Yes,
Gifts.
thank you.
How are you yiffing this?
No,
No?
not yet.
Oh, sorry.
No.
That's a whole different thing.
Oh, I apologize. I don't know things.
Yeah, but I just I want to see it.
I do too.
I feel like
You should see
I
it.
need to see it this week before everyone's like, okay, yeah, you know the part at the end where Sam Jackson dies, but then they resurrect him. That was pretty crazy, right? You know, and be like,
Yeah, it was.
fucking
It was-
hell,
it was
you
wild.
know, just
yeah.
The part where Captain America saves everybody in the end.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
So,
yeah. I never expected Captain America to just show up right in that one scene.
Yeah.
That was pretty fucking sweet. God,
Oh
internet,
man, when Captain America and Captain Marvel kissed, it was the best. But
fucking
all right.
internet.
now I want to go.
Yeah, Harlow
There's-
saw it.
Yeah, he did.
he did. I do believe.
He sent in a voicemail about the film. I asked him beforehand, how many spoilers does this contain? He said, maybe none. So
it's
in
it,
true
everything
Harlow
is a spoiler,
form,
yeah.
who the hell
Yeah.
knows? But anyway, let's play this voicemail and hear what Harlow has to say.
Live stream, be prepared to close your ears.
Oh, what the shit?
That doesn't sound like Harlow.
No. Hang on.
Hi, this is Harlow. You may remember me from my recent run on 10 years on this little podcast called Bad Movie Fiends. Anyway, I've decided to quit all that and start my new career as a part-time spelunker, part-time prospector, full-time Star Trek fan. However, I did want to at least give you my thoughts on the latest in the MCU, Captain Marvel. I wasn't sure if anyone else had gotten a chance to see it, so I figured I would weigh in my 2 cents. So I seem to be very much in the minority in having extremely enjoyed this movie. I think what I appreciated most about it is similar to the Batman movie that I'm no longer supposed to speak about, Batman Begins. In a lot of ways, it doesn't feel like a MCU movie. It feels like a different movie for most of it, other than you're dealing with, established characters, Nick Fury, Kree, Skrull, all these things that if you know Marvel, you know these characters. But the tone and everything is vastly different. It's almost like a buddy cop movie for most of it. I know you got a little bit of that in Winter Soldier. Some of the humor is along the lines of Guardians of the Galaxy 1. And then you kind of got some throwback, almost Top Gun things happening with its 90s plot. I don't want to be spoilery at all, as per usual. Suffice it to say, I did very much enjoy this. I enjoyed the humor. It worked for me. And, I mean, overall, it's just, I don't think it could be discounted how important it is for a representation thing, kind of highlighted by the fact that while I was at the theater, there was one of those large cardboard cutout, have your picture taken in, with Captain Marvel and the cast and everything. And there was a little girl, couldn't have been more than 8 years old, probably even younger, in a full Captain Marvel cosplay, getting her picture made. And you know what? That's important. That means something. This is the kind of representation. This is why Into the Spider-Verse was important. I'm not saying you have to grade the movie on a curve or anything like that. It's just these things are important, and we need everyone to feel like they can be a superhero. It's not just for white men anymore. And if that's your problem with the movie, deal with it. If you have other issues with the movie, please write them out in constructive criticisms. I haven't seen too many of those. But anyway, I don't want to ramble on too much because I'm no longer there. I hope you guys have a good podcast without me. I'll just be up here, being a mountain man, quoting Star Trek, all of those good things. That was all. Bye.
Thanks, Harlow.
That's not how you
didn't say
end a
BMFcast
voicemail.
out.
Yeah, you
What
know how
the
to
fuck?
You
Come
can say
on.
Harlow out, you dumbass.
Except for my log cabin transmitter
Yeah.
maple syrup pancakes.
God.
God damn it.
Yeah, I will agree with pretty much all of his points. I didn't like it as much as he did, but I pretty much agree with all the points he made, especially the representation and the humor. There's a there is a moment. I'm going to try to. There's a moment towards the end of this movie, where something happens that is basically the opposite of the way these things normally happen.
Uh-huh.
And it was like a huge fuck yes moment because I was so proud of the movie for like taking that step and taking that stance on that particular kind of thing. You'll know it when you see it.
All right.
But I was just so happy about that particular moment. Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Good.
I realized I had to cut myself off before I started to drift over into
Thank you.
spoilery teller.
Good. Awesome.
appreciate that.
Thank you.
Got an email about Captain Marvel.
Hell
Okay.
yes.
All right.
Captain.
Captain.
The old Captain.
Captain.
This one's from Jay from Vegas. It says, Captain Marvel better be scared of the Disney-Fox merger. Hey, BMF crew.
Hey.
Jake is here. And back when Disney and Fox were separate entities and Fox owned the X-Men, Captain Marvel was safe. Now that Disney owns Fox and has the rights to the X-Men, her only hope is that Deadpool breaks the fourth wall and warns her about what's coming her way. So yeah, shit's about to get real. Jay out. Sent for my VHS tape of the Fox Kids Saturday morning lineup from 1992.
This
This is some deep comic book knowledge.
Can you give us a Reader's Digest version?
Rogue started out as a villain
Okay.
and basically killed Captain Marvel by, Rogue's powers to absorb someone's memories and whatever.
And their powers, right?
Yeah, by touching them. And she, overabsorbs and basically kills her, and Captain Marvel is trapped in Rogue's body/brain as, a passive entity for years, even after she turned into a hero. But that's how Rogue ended up with super strength and invulnerability and that sort of thing.
Gotcha.
Because in the comics, she's way more powerful than she ever was in those movies.
Okay.
Rogue,
So-
you mean?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And in the comics, Carol has been through 10 different iterations. It's fucking
Right,
crazy.
right. How long do Rogue's powers last after she absorbs them from someone?
It depends on how long she touched them.
Okay. Is it like an
But she
exponential
also-
thing? Like she touched you for a second and she gets a day worth of power? Or she touch you for a second and
Usually-
get a second worth of power?
Kinda. It's more like a few minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yep.
Harlow didn't answer that question for me on Saturday.
Oh, really?
Like, he answered the question, but not to my satisfaction.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
All right.
I have to lean on you guys for my comic book knowledge.
I know.
because
It's fine.
I don't know a
I
fucking
know
thing.
way too fucking much about,
Right, so-
especially X-Men comics. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah. I also saw a movie.
Yeah? What'd you see?
What did you see?
I saw the documentary Free Solo, which is
About
about
a
the guy
free
who
diver?
he decides to climb basically this almost vertical
Oh,
rock
that.
Yeah.
without rope or what are those things? Pitons? What do they call them?
Yes.
The little
Sure.
any of that stuff.
Okay.
Basically, hands and feet.
Which thing did he climb?
It's something in California. I forget what it was, but it was like this crazy world record thing for being able to do it.
K2?
No,
No.
that is not in California.
Mount
I
Everest?
Nope.
I don't remember now, but it's this weird. It's it's one of the movies where it's his friends who were making the documentary about it. It's
Uh-huh.
like this is crazy, and it's like they don't know when he's going to actually do the full attempt. And
Oh,
the
El
majority.
Capitan.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, the Captain Kirk Mountain.
No.
Yeah,
That's the
yes.
mountain Captain Kirk climbed.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
I
But
believe
yeah,
so.
I mean, it is, and it becomes this thing about the friends who are, he's like, because he's kind of, I guess, they talk a little bit about how he's somewhat autistic. It's like he doesn't quite know how to read people and relate to people properly. So, when people have this concern that if you fuck this up, you die.
It's good advice.
He's kind of doesn't quite get why that matters to them, and he has a girlfriend who's basically if I told you our future depended on you living through this, would you consider my feelings in that? And he's like, no. So the guy's kind of to be honest, the guy's kind of an asshole.
Yeah.
Who's going to do it? By the end of the movie, I was like, I don't like this guy because he's got all these people who are because the friends who are filming it are we're going to film you doing this, but we may also inadvertently film you dying. And we kind of don't want that on ourselves. They all start to kind of have these second because the whole first half of the movie is him practicing with ropes and with the other guys. Because I mean, it's fucking crazy that they've set up cameras and they have such like long distance shots, and they are planning so that he doesn't necessarily see cameras during difficult sections, so he's not distracted.
Right.
But they're going through all this and just being like, and there's parts where he just keeps fucking up. Because there's one they keep calling it like the karate. I forget, because they have names for all of the ascents that he has to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's basically done this route like hundreds of times with safety safety ropes, and they have like names for each of the ascents along the way. And there's just one where he has to basically like throw his left leg like all the way out and basically pin himself against a thing, and then have to basically push off from the other side with his hand and his other right foot and get the left foot to grab this like tiny ledge that's like only an inch long. He can either do that, or the other choice is to literally throw his body and jump and grab that ledge two-handed. And this is like 1,500, 2,000 feet up.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep showing him try to do the jump.
Yeah.
And just, nope, rope, nope, rope. And it's like, you're just watching this, and it like, as you watch it, you just get this dread. You're like, because I don't know what happens.
Yeah. Right.
And I'm
you don't
just
know
like,
if it's a snuff film or not.
well, yeah, because there's one point where he just goes like at like 4 a.m. It's dark out, and he just decides, I'm going for it today. And he goes out there, and it's pitch black.
Mm-hmm.
And then he hits a point where he's just like, not feeling it. I'm coming back down. And he climbs down from there. And everyone's like, shit, is he not going to do it now? And it's like, and it just becomes this thing of like, okay, he might do it, but he also might die doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Or he might not do it at all. So you just kind of like, you go through all these emotions, but it follows all the other people who are his friends who are just like trying to almost talk him out of doing it. But then when he finally goes for the attempt at the end, it's like, it's stressful as fuck to watch because you're like, that this is for real and that this guy is like doing this. And it's just kind of like, it's this amazing, like even getting halfway up, like even doing it with ropes is fucking amazing.
Oh, sure,
that someone
absolutely.
can do this shit and make it. But to just be like, nah, I need to do it without ropes or any sort of safety net whatsoever. I just need to climb it so I can say I climbed it. And it's like, man, humans are fucking stupid. We're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
Because it's, say he makes it to the top. Why?
Yeah.
So you can say you did it.
Sure.
And when you've put all like your family and your friends and your loved ones and all this, like through all the stress of being like, trying to basically talk you out of almost killing yourself. It becomes this, like the whole thing becomes this weird cycle of interpreting everyone's emotions that's around him, where the guy in the center kind of doesn't really have these emotions at all.
Some people just have a weird daredevil death wish.
I guess.
It's like, hey, if I do this, great. If I don't, cool.
Yeah, but it's just this. It's this amazing thing to even watch him attempt it.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. But it's a very solid movie. It was funny because it was just on National Geographic Channel. Like they just showed the entire thing commercial free.
Oh.
I was like,
It is
all
a
right.
National Geographic documentary, I believe.
I believe so.
but it's
yeah.
everywhere. Like every streaming service has it.
It's
I
on
think,
Hulu
so, yeah,
and
it's
all that.
Yeah, I know it's for rent now.
That's
on all those, but-
3,000 feet, by the way, to climb.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot.
It is.
Yeah, and all he has is a bag of chalk. It's on his like a back pocket. Nothing else.
Wow.
Like I just think about like
Bag of
how,
chalk
like,
and giant balls.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Let me talk about 2 movies real
Yeah.
quick, because
No.
if I wait another week, I'll forget about them.
Okay.
First movie is The Front Runner, which is the movie about Gary Hart running for president.
Yeah.
Can't keep his dick in his pants.
Yeah, yeah.
That's an interesting movie, especially in today's climate of nothing matters anymore. So why did this matter back then? But
Oh, it was a huge scandal.
oh yeah, absolutely. I
It was
mean,
like-
he was literally going to be the Democratic nominee for president, and then this happened, and he just self-destructed, and that was the end of it.
And they were.
No, he was out within like a week.
Yeah, this covers like a 3-week period of just like announcing to run, scandal comes out, he's out, he's done.
I remember them because they've talked about this on NPR. I think there's a Radio Lab or something about it.
Yeah.
And or This American Life, and there were journalists that were furious with the journalists that investigated it
Yep.
because they're like, look, you just don't look into this shit in politics.
Yeah.
That's just not what you do.
Yeah.
Everybody has like their own mistress or whatever. You don't bother with their home life. And
The movie kind of goes into that of like some journalists being like, we need to investigate this, and other journalists being like, fuck you, leave it alone. And the flaw with the movie is that the movie itself never takes a stand of, is this important or is it not?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it just never settles on, should we talk about this or should we not? But the thing about it is that I had always been of the opinion of like, oh well, things happen, who gives a shit? But this was like meticulous and shady and like a constant stream of trying to cover up things and pre-planning, and it was just like, no, there's something wrong with this guy. There's something mentally wrong with this guy.
Yeah.
This isn't just like oops, my dick fell out and fell on this lady. It was
that never happens, right?
I know, but if it had, I would have been like, you could still be president. That I understand that.
Yeah.
My dick might fall out one day,
It doesn't affect your ability to do the job.
Right. But it got to the point where it was just like, no, there's something seriously wrong with him.
Mm-hmm.
And no, he cannot be president. That's bad. So I'm of the opinion of like, I don't give a shit, but also like, there's something wrong with him. So anyway, that's the weird thing about the movie, is that it doesn't take a stand. The other weird thing about it is that it seems like the entire voice cast of Beavis and Butthead is in this movie.
Weird.
So Mike Judge?
Yes. Just playing a reporter. Just like in the movie randomly, like I went like, hey, and then that was it. So anyway, it's strange. So then we were like, well, let's feel worse about politics. So we watched Chappaquiddick.
Okay.
If that is actually what went down, fuck Ted Kennedy forever.
Yep.
Like, I hope he's burning in hell somewhere, because man, fuck that
It's
guy.
apparently pretty close to.
That's what I went back and read
happened.
some of the like actual like, okay, here's the timeline. I'm like, that's pretty close to what this movie said happened. And if that's close to what this movie said happened, fuck that man forever, and fuck everybody for going, who cares? He's a good guy, gives us things, which is exactly where we are now.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that forever. So if you want to feel real shitty about the human condition and politics, watch those two movies back to back, like I did several weeks ago.
Hooray!
Yeah, but they're both well acted and they have amazing casts.
Yeah.
So
Those are movies that I will probably never see, but I appreciate them being around.
they're easy to watch. Like both of them are like, there are so many people in this, and it's so interesting.
I mean, we are living in the era of political scandals left and right happening right before our very eyes on the biggest stage imaginable.
Yeah, but these scandals are incredibly stupid, whereas the ones in this movie are like, these are thought-provoking scandals.
Yes.
The ones
Somebody
happening
died.
Yes, the ones happening day to day now are just like, Jesus fucking Christ, that's stupid.
But
Just say you didn't say his last name, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
my tolerance for political scandals is pretty low.
I know.
Like, I get fucking sick of them quick.
Yeah.
And as you can imagine, I have a chronic illness right now.
Right.
Of political scandals, so
Yeah.
I don't know that I could stand much more. Like political intrigue, like let's say back when Wag the Dog came out, like
Sure.
that I was like, fuck yeah, let's watch some
Right.
some political intrigue movies.
Yeah.
And even 4 or 5 years ago, I think when brain fart, Kevin Spacey, what's that called?
House of Cards?
Yeah, even back when 4 or 5 years ago when House of Cards came out, I was like, yeah, some political intrigue, like some backroom deals and weird shit going on. I could stomach it. Now it's just part of my daily life,
Yeah.
and I can't fucking do it.
Yeah.
That
We've been
first,
worn down.
That first season back of House of Cards after the election was just like, this is not anywhere near as dumb as everything that's happening in the real world. Like,
Nope.
this is all silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I quit on the last season. I couldn't even finish it. It was so dumb.
Did they put out a season without Spacey?
Yeah.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
Yeah.
I've only seen half of the one before that.
You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Probably good to let that one go.
You're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So anyway,
Anyway,
Anybody else?
no,
you want an email?
I do.
Yeah.
This is one from. We actually got a couple last week, but I figured I'd.
They were
send them.
topics.
Yeah.
And
exactly. First one, some Chase
right.
Island.
Mm-hmm.
an island where people are chased. It says, hard recommend for Funky Monkey. That's right, BMFcast, I'm back, and I watched a movie that you guys absolutely have to cover. Emergency episode worthy. The movie is 2004's Funky Monkey. At first glance, it's your standard Buddy's Universe chimp movie. But after a closer look, I discovered that somehow this movie cost $30 million to make. According to Wiki, it was supposed to be a theatrical release, but it was dumped direct-to-video. I watched it for free on Vudu with the lowest expectations, but somehow this movie delivered all the dumb, campy charm that I could handle. This movie stars Matthew Modine as an ex-football star turned CIA super spy that for some reason also knows martial arts. His partner is a chimp. That chimp, for some reason, also knows martial arts and football. You've also got Taylor Negron hamming it up as a villain.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to ruin anything else, so you're just going to have to trust me on this one. Jump on it. Crash and burn, chase like the landmass island, sent from my last 6 months of my 30s. Oh, you're so young, Chase.
So Private Joker as a super spy?
Yes.
Nah, I don't buy it.
That has been one of our April alternates for quite a while. But
I mean, I don't buy it. On,
No,
on
I'm
the
saying-
premise.
I'm just-
I would watch it.
yeah, I'm just saying that has been on a list of a dozen or so monkey movies where it's just like, we're going to get to this eventually.
Well, our Aprils are infinite, so
Yeah,
we can watch a spooky movie in March now, so anything can happen.
We can, but our April might be spoken for. You'll see.
This year, okay.
Yeah,
All right.
might be going
Ooh,
in a different direction.
That's a hot scoop right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
might not be in April, if you know what I mean.
Ooh, I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
I don't know.
Okay. We also have a voicemail.
What?
It was the one that we didn't play last week. From March the 6th.
The March.
March.
The March.
The 6th.
Stand by, please.
While we're standing by, Monty Python and the Holy Grail still is a laugh a second. I watched that a couple weeks ago at work while I was killing some time.
It's pretty good.
Oh, the Renee Zellweger.
Yes, that one.
There's something about that humor that just hits every time.
Mm-hmm.
I had expected that I would just kind of like chuckle to myself while I was watching it. And that's why I figured it was safe to watch at work. You know, I could have it on my little, on my little Surface and be looking at my regular monitor.
Mm-hmm.
I was laughing my damn fool head off.
There's still some good stuff in there.
Yeah.
Like stuff that has not been ruined.
Right.
Some bits have been ruined, but anyway.
That
like
movie
things that have not
still
been ruined.
slaps, as the kids say.
All right, let's do that voicemail.
Cool.
Hello, boys. Renell Zellweger here. Just want to know, got a quick question for you. At what point do you think classic cinema characters can make a comeback? Since we've only had, a couple of okay movies with King Arthur, Legend of the Sword, and the Robin Hood movies, where both are just okay. Are these old cat characters ever worth a big production ever again, or do we just got to let them leave and die? All right, Renell out.
Short and
That's
sweet.
Knobs.
Oh, is
By
it?
the way, I recognize the voice.
Okay.
It's
Oh,
Knobs.
all right.
I thought it was
Fucking
maybe
Reynolds.
like Renee Zellweger's twin brother, Renell.
Renell, hi.
Renell.
It actually said in the Google Voice transcription,
It
it
did
said
put
Renee
Renee
Zellweger.
Yeah, I was like, what the hell? Why are we not doing this voicemail immediately?
Like, I think about all those old characters, and like, I don't need another Robin Hood movie. I kind of don't give a fuck anymore.
Please stop. Robin
Because
Hood.
there is a point where you can have told the same story too many times.
Yes, Robin Hood, Peter Pan, King Arthur, Jungle Book. Stop.
When was the last King Arthur movie we had?
2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, I ignore
Guy
a lot of
Ritchie
those
one.
because it's like most of them look like they're going to be dumb. Like I remember liking Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves way back in
Yes,
the day.
that was fine. They've made 6 more Robin Hoods since then. Stop.
Yeah. And they've all wasn't there like Russell Crowe
Yes.
Robin Hood? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a.
Big Grim and Gritty. That was Ridley Scott,
Yeah.
too. So, yeah.
I think you can.
And there was one like 3 months ago.
Yes, they've been overdone, but I think maybe every 20 years, if you make a banger, you'd be okay with it.
I think you have to just set it in a different thing, like put it in space. Robin Hood in space.
Exactly.
That's the only place you can take those sorts of things.
Yes,
anymore.
this constant who's going to be Sheriff of Nottingham this time? It's like, no, stop. Just stop.
Pat Buttram is the only.
Yeah, and
He's the only good Sheriff of Nottingham.
Harlow in the chat mentioned it with the last Tarzan movie.
Yes, exactly. Stop that.
Yeah. Or no, the Casper Van Dien Tarzan movie.
Yes, stop
yeah,
that.
like Tarzan, useless story at this point.
Yes, I mean, I think these things are on some sort of weird Fantastic Four.
Got to keep the rights.
Yeah,
somehow.
we're going to lose the IP unless we make another thing. It's just let it go.
Yeah.
Well,
let
all
it
of those
fucking go.
All of those stories are basically public domain. You can make them anytime.
I know.
That may be one of the reasons that they do it. But
Yeah,
after Disney's animated Robin Hood with the animals, we really didn't need another Robin Hood.
No.
But I'd say every 25 years or so, 20 or 25 years, if you really put some ass into that movie, it's fine.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
If there's some ass in it, I'd go for it. But yeah, I mean, make a fucking disco version of one of these things, or just like Mackie was saying, put it in space.
Yeah.
This constant, not only do we have to keep doing it, but we have to keep doing it in the time period. It's who fucking cares?
Yeah, and if you're gonna remake something, just remake Xanadu.
No.
Yes.
I'm putting my foot down.
No.
That's
Give it a shot.
Remake proof.
Give it a shot.
Man.
That's all I'm saying. Yeah. Make it a reboot quo.
Remake Roller Boogie.
Okay. Not Xanadu though.
I don't know.
Nobody's gonna do Xanadu right.
Nobody could do Xanadu right.
Right. There's not enough LSD in the world to make Xanadu right now to make Xanadu properly.
And if someone came along who would do it, who was a fan of Xanadu, they would try too hard. And it would be it would just be scene for scene, we've got to nail the exact.
They try to psycho it.
Yeah. And it's don't need that.
Yeah.
Maybe Edgar Wright Xanadu.
Thor Ragnarok guy could do.
Taika, no.
Yeah.
Was it Taika Waititi that did?
Yeah.
I always get that confused. I always get the wrong guy for that.
I just call him Thor Ragnarok guy because that's easier to say.
I can say the name. I just mix them up with the wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if they did it together, because Edgar Wright's got the music and timing down, and Taika Waititi has the incredible use of color and fun.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, if you've heard the story enough times, you don't need to hear it again.
Yeah, this constant Robin Hood's back for a new generation. It's no.
Well, yeah, and who
Stop.
it was when you talked about Anthem, the video game, where it was whose pitch was this is my dream thing.
Right.
Whose dream is it to make a Robin Hood movie?
Yeah.
Who's man, I know I've got it in my bones. I need to tell Robin Hood's story.
Yeah.
Again.
I mean, Guy Ritchie did that last King Arthur movie, and it was good in that it was Guy Ritchie put his Guy Ritchie-ness all over it, and so it was different. But I don't think Guy Ritchie ever in a million years was one day I will make another King Arthur movie, and it'll be so good. It's just
yeah.
After Excalibur, just stop.
Yep.
Excalibur nailed it. We're fine.
Monty Python and the Holy Grail nailed it.
Sure. But if you want a serious version.
That's serious. There's there's drama.
Yeah.
There's comedy. There's suspense.
All those things.
All right.
Wizards.
So speaking of comedy, drama, and suspense.
Yeah.
If listeners want to share that
Oh,
with
no,
us,
we're not even getting into that yet. I got one thing to say before we get into the end.
Then
shirts,
say it.
Shirts are on order.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, breaking news.
Yeah, we announced it last week.
And I managed to actually contact our shirt producing people and get an order put in before we recorded this episode.
Shirts are
So,
happening.
Yeah.
It's not a pipe dream.
I actually did see that email.
Yeah.
So
I
like
remembered
it.
today.
I like that the gears are turning.
Yes.
If you hadn't, I would have reminded you.
Thank you.
Yes. Now,
I knew. I felt the pressure. If you feel the pressure to send us an email or a voicemail, you can email us at bmf@bmfcast.com or call us at 910-5JOCKS-BMF. or 910-556-9263. Also, go to the website, which is bmfcast.com, and click on all the buttons on the right-hand side. Those take you to all of our social things. And that's pretty much it. Just get in contact with us. Oh, whoa. Except for
Whoa.
the Patreon.
Yeah.
And speaking of shirts, patrons are going to get a little lead time on shirt ordering. We're going to open those up to patrons first.
Yep.
And then afterwards, we will open it up to the rest of everybody. Like I said, I put in the order today, and our shirt folks are pretty quick, so turn around. Honestly, I expect them here next week. So, I expect them to be waiting for us at the studio by next week.
Man.
Nice.
So many shirts.
Yeah. And these will be silver. They'll be silver metallic in the same way that the last ones were gold metallic. So if you missed out on a shirt last time, or you want yet another color to represent your absolute favorite podcast, then get your money ready. They're going to be pretty reasonably priced.
Warm your money up.
Yeah. Yeah, iron out all them dollar bills.
Yeah. Rub some quarters together.
The price of shirts went up a little bit, and the price of shipping has gone up a little bit. So
We'll figure it out.
It's been a couple years.
yeah,
It makes sense.
It's been 2 years and 4 months.
Yeah.
So prices of everything, they've gone up a little bit. So we're trying to make them reasonably priced. So we're hopefully going to keep them to around the same amount as they were last time.
Yeah.
So
They will be around the same
yeah,
amount.
they're not going to be. It's not going to be like $30 for a
Oh,
shirt.
no.
So
Nothing like that.
don't worry.
No, it'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Also, if you are international, just beware that international shipping sucks. So
Yeah. Sorry about that. You have to pay it.
that's that's going to be on you, unfortunately.
Yep.
But expect those soon.
Yes.
Patreon.com/BMFcast.
Right.
So you can get first
Yeah.
clack at them shirts.
Put your $1 in now so you'll be there.
Yeah, just $1.
Or $20.
Yep.
All right.
And that's going to do it.
Well, let's get out of here, shall we?
Yes.
I'm Chuck.
I'm Mackie.
I'm BJ. And this is BMFcast out. We'll see you next time, motherfuckers.
There it is.
Motherfuckers. You stay where you are. We have to record
He's
an
gotta
intro.
do the intro.
Oh, God damn it.
Yep. Ooh, are people going to get to watch the intro happen?
Maybe.
Usually we do it beforehand. Well, I have to go. So good luck.
Thank you.
My advice is to make the intro good.
That's
Make it
the
good.
best
Make
advice.
it good.
I haven't shaken your hand in 6 years. It's weird.
don't like physical contact.
No.
I do.
I remember when you hugged me at your wedding, I was really freaked out. You were like, get in here. And I'm like, I don't know about that.
Later.
All right, see ya.
Chuck says he likes hugs, but Chuck's a liar.
I like hugs.
Yeah.
I like them.
Not from me, apparently.
I like your hugs. It's just you and me.
You don't show it very often.
The only people here. All right, lives.
This never happens. This is a weird thing
Yeah,
that
this
it's just
is-
me and Chuck.
This is odd. So I'm going to take us offline.
No, don't take us offline.
No,
Let it-
I can't because if I play the music.
Well, you don't have to play the music. We
All
just
right.
have to come up with a.
Okay. If you can do the timing.
Oh yeah, I've been doing this for a decade, son. Patrick Warburton of intros.
Oh, the buddies.
Hey everybody. Hey.
Hey.
What's this week on the BMFcast? One dog we're in.
What the hell was the Patrick Warburton movie we watched?
No fucking
Space
idea.
Chimps? I think it was Space Chimps. I think he was a
Space
voice in
Chimps?
Space Chimps,
Okay.
yeah. Hey, Patrick Warburton.
Hey,
Hey.
Patrick Warburton.
And it just started with a noise, like a half yawn. That's all it was. Just,
This week on the BMFcast.
like, can you do impressions? I can do an impression of Patrick Warburton yawning.
But he does that a lot. He does that. I love the Mets.
I'd like to hear Patrick Warburton try an Australian accent.
God. Let me see.
I think it would sound a little something like this.
No, I can't.
I know,
can't wrap my
it breaks your
around
brain.
that. Remind me next week. I might be
You
able
workshop it?
to. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Good night, mate. Yeah, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Put another shrimp on the barbie.
Oh,
There you go. It
dear
didn't take me a week.
God. All right.
Welcome to America's Worst live stream.
Yeah. Hope you're not.
That you've
just
been
now
watching
tuning
for
in.
4 hours.
Yeah.
Hit me with some...
Are there any hot quotes on the IMDb
No,
page?
all
No.
of the quotes are bad.
Something about sucking souls.
There might be a soul-sucking thing.
Mm-hmm. Something about them parents.
In Halloween, nobody can hear you scream. In March, no one can hear you Halloween.
There it is.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. All right. Perfect. More like.
it. Right. All right, here we go. This is for you guys. This week on the BMFcast. In March, no one can hear you Halloween. 1 star, we're in. Nice.
Nice.
One take.
One take.
That's
One take, BJ.
that's proof to the
All it takes is one.
to the internet.
Yeah. So, it's been fun, Internet,
Yeah, it's been a good time.
but we have to leave now.
Aw. Oh, we're not getting out of here too late. It's 11:49.
We're fine. I don't go to sleep till like 4
Really?
sometimes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Is it your hurdy-gurdy that keeps you up?
It's the caffeine.
Oh. Well, you had green tea tonight, so
I
you're
did.
going to fall asleep on the way home.
Yes. It's delicious.
R.I.P. Chuck.
Sleepy time tea.
Somebody's taking a train to Sleepy Time Junction.
Anyway,
Thanks for joining us live stream, folks.
we appreciate you.
Me and Chuck
Get
are
on
gonna-
that Patreon if you want to early jump on shirts because they will go fast. They're hot items.
Hopefully.
Hot.
We have adjusted the sizes a little bit, so hopefully we will. If anybody out there has like a special size request, I can still probably change things up. So if you need, if you need an odd size, just send me a message on Twitter or in Discord or something.
But we will have sizes ranging from small to XXX large.
Yes.
So if you need one outside of that range either way, let us know. We can make it happen.
Yep.
Harlow's here in the chat. Still, go to bed, Harlow.
If you need a Gamer 2X.
Yeah. Gamer 2X.
Harlow's on vacation. He can go to bed whenever he wants.
I guess.
Or not at all.
But I don't know. Why would you spend your vacation watching us?
He probably just checked in for a few minutes. He's like sitting out on the back porch smoking a cigar
Yeah.
in the hot tub with his like
Hot tub.
it's hot tub time.
Hot tub.
All right.
All right. We'll be back next week with another movie.
Yeah, and Harlow. Boo.
See you later.
Bye.